Wrestling Gab. It is Monday. It looks like Solo's taking on Rey Mysterio, which is the weird one.
Yeah, they all came out and had a talking together.
Bloodline after the LWO.
Yep.
The Street Champ. It's reality. Solo couldn't find his way out of a paper sack.
A paper sack.
I've seen that too.
Like
People
a grocery
fight.
store size sack or like a lunch bag sack?
Either.
Oh,
Nobody was home.
Damn, Piccola.
What is
Fucking
it?
garden in front yard, fabulous. Here. Just scroll this way. You can see all those pictures of his garden.
It's way cool. Established gardens. Jealous. I'm trying to get mine even remotely. I don't even have anything in the ground. He can have way cooler plants down there too. Here, what we call annuals, they're like perennial down there.
What do you use for grass? Do you have like... I don't know if you're
They
in the
use a
chat.
Bermuda, I think.
Really? It looks like clover.
Crimson and clover.
Maybe some of it's...
2 and 3. No! Ray kicked out. He's still got heart.
He's got the heart.
Heartworm. I wonder where he's driving Ray to. Maybe like a date place.
Anyways, we have people in the chat. We've got Harley out there, film with us, Chris and Sophie. Ravi is with us. Hey, guys. And Ayla's there. No way, Ayla. We're late. No fucking way.
Yeah.
It's all your husband's fault. Boys. Get him, Ray. Kill him. Murder.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
He tried. It didn't work out.
Come on, Ray.
He's going to have to 619 him like 50 times.
At least he has a bra painted on his chest.
He has a bra?
Yeah, look at his tattoo. It's a bra.
Nice.
Covers both boobies. That's it, though.
He has a very V-neck type of tattoo. Is that what you're saying?
It's for his wife beater when he wears it.
That's good. Anyways, Chris said, hey, Travis and D. Hey there, Chris. And Film says, guess who's back from New York? I'm back. Yay, Film. You made it back
Guess
from New
who's
York.
back?
And you didn't die. That's always a plus.
Yeah, nobody.
As Sophie said, hi, guys, you're late. And as Chris gave her the reasoning,
Here comes the bloodline.
because of life. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate sticking up for us. Films like Love is here, Travis Big Hugs, but her to you. So he said they officially announced a 6-man tag at Backlash with Owens, Zayn, Riddle versus the Usos and Solo. Yeah, they talked about that earlier, and then they showed some shit. Hey, the LWO's coming out to get the Usos, so they can't interfere
The
with
Uso
Ray's match.
penitentiary.
Ray, you better do your thing. Don't watch them do their stuff.
Ray's distracted.
He better do his 619. Solo's not going to sit there forever. Oh, see, you waited too
Solo
long.
caught him like a baby. Why isn't he wearing his diaper if he's going to carry like a diaper baby?
Diaper baby.
Ray again. Kicks him in the back. Here it comes.
There. Get it this time. Get her
619.
done.
Damn bitch fine. Oh, hit him. Solo didn't want to die, so he put his hands up.
Never seen that before. That's weird.
Oh, nobody was home.
Film says the trip
Thrust
was okay. Kind of got a little sick in the plane, but didn't throw up, though.
No,
Thank
just
goodness.
a spike. So Solo beats Ray clean.
Ouch.
Interesting. That's sad times for Rey Mysterio.
Right. But anyways, the Friends experience was great in New York City, including... so he says it looks like Sammy and Kevin championship reign might be short because of their trip to Saudi. And Robbie says, yo, big up you scallywags. Yeah.
I'm okay with it if it's short. I'm okay with that story being over.
Chris says, but I guess sometimes we think we're going to come on live stream and they're going to automatically be here. Yeah, because we're like clockwork.
Usually are.
Because we're, like clockwork. But sometimes we're not. Yes, life does happen. Things do happen outside of this world of wrestling live streams, guys. Says, I went to the 9/11 memorial. It was very cool, but everything else, like the subway, was disgusting. And the people, let's just say 50-50. So, yeah, made it home safe and sound on Sunday. I'm good to go. No, that's good. Sophie said, I thought you guys decided to take a night off. I was in a couple watch-alongs. Yeah, Sophie, we
would
don't
tell
ever
people if we're going to take
Yeah, if we're going to take nights off, we're going to tell you before we do, unless we're both dead. And then we can't really tell you that we're taking a night off.
We'll still figure out a way.
And nobody else would be able to tell you. Ayla's like, yeah, late. Couldn't be my fault. Uh-huh. Oh, no, not yours. Chris says,
this one's fault.
It's not my fucking fault. I didn't say to come get it today. I said that you guys just need to come get your car. I said, here is the information for the mechanic to call this guy today and see when you guys can get your car into him to get it fixed. And I said, at some point you need to come get it because it doesn't have plates on it anymore and I don't want it in front of my house because we can get a ticket for it. And the city, now that it's all nice again, is going to start cracking down on that shit.
Yeah, they drive down our street and put little tags on everybody's cars.
Yeah.
That are on the street. Like April will get one too because she parks backwards.
Yeah.
But like the neighbor, they have their camper.
Yeah, they gave it to them. All they did was move it into their yard and they were fine.
And I know, which is ridiculous. Because you have to have it on gravel or pavement.
Off to no end. Anyways, of course, Silla won. The Usos beat some people up. And poor, what's his face? Adam Pearce is dealing with what's his face?
Bundle it up.
Who do you want to be the face?
Alpha. Chaz. Oh, yeah.
Ew, wow, just nasty. Chris says, just make an AI of Travis and D and have y'all do the live streams, right?
Shush. The others are silent.
Well,
Brock Lesnar's in the building tonight.
With Cody Rhodes. Oh, my Lord.
Nobody cares about Cody anymore. He
I
lost.
was like, hello, what up? Robbie says, did you fall asleep in the bath? Is that why you're late? Nope. I was sitting here eating an apple. Sophie says, it looks like I might be missing one or two WWE pay-per-views this summer, but I'm not sure which ones yet. How many feuds are happening right now? I don't know. There's a couple, I guess.
Maxine Dupree and Chad Gable are probably the best feud in the sport right now.
Maybe. So it says it feels like a mixed match of stuff going on. Robert Warney in the chat. Hey, Robert says, hey, y'all. I had a busy day. Time for some wrestling.
Nice. It is wrestling time. Time to wind down, right?
Yep. Foam says, when I mean by Friends, I'm talking about Friends, a TV show. That's what I mean by I went to the Friends experience. I understood it, Foam. Did you get to watch the pivoting? Harley says, personal life comes before. Actually, Harley, it does. Personal life does come a little bit before we do this. Not always, but most of the time it does. Anyways, we try to make sure we have time for our personal lives.
So is this that match then, right now? It's Bianca against part of the riffraff?
Must be.
One half of the riffraff.
She's coming down to her wrestling gear, so.
She's kind of goofy. It's like, Bianca, you're in your mid-30s. Let's act like it.
Saith the man who acts like a child.
I don't skip from the truck to the door.
I think you do.
A break day.
Same thing. Alyssa, some of us can't function without the Gab laughing. I told Jordan, I said, do it tomorrow. Ha ha ha. He ignores me.
Did they make it there yet?
Yeah, and then they make it there alive.
Hell yeah.
Did they bring 3 people?
Mm-mm. No, those cars still out here.
Oh, okay. I'm like...
Oh, it's Dakota tonight. Not the riffraff.
She is a riffraff.
I thought the Asian girl won the match last week.
She gets it.
The title shot.
She did, didn't she? I thought she already had that chance. Oh,
It's Dakota tonight.
right.
I thought it was going to be the other riffraff.
Sophie says the WWE scheduled a draft around the same time as the NFL draft, but it wasn't an accident. Robert says for real, Sophie, it's at the same time.
You know, it's not anything near like the NFL one, though. I think it would be cooler if they had, like, GMs and then they did something a little bit different. I don't know how you would do it, so you guys use your creativity, but, like, maybe 4 or 5, well, 6, 8 GMs, right?
Yeah.
2 shows, and you draft for groups.
Mm-hmm.
That would work. And then each GM has their own guys, and then it's almost like managers, but they're not managers. And then they are on different shows, but they're their own groups.
Oh, okay.
Because the NFL has 30 teams, 32 teams.
Right.
And so the draft is more exciting because nobody gets 2 players in the top 4.
Right.
This draft isn't exciting because you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. It's like picking Legos when you're a kid or toys with your brother or something.
Right. True. It isn't as exciting.
It isn't. And that's why. But if you had like 5 or 6 GMs, you know, with people picking, or captains, team captains,
Right.
and they were all picking, then you could, and then all of a sudden you could take the teams and put them on different networks too.
Right.
So like Team B goes to Fox. Oh, they're going to be on SmackDown this week. Oh, they're going to be on Raw next week. But it's the whole team. It's all of B, which is 12 players or whatever it is.
Right.
However many people are going to be in there. Oh, looks like the Marlins just hit a home run off Webb.
Ouch.
Watching some baseball over there. I was going to watch this game. It's already the bottom of the 7th. Or bottom of 7th.
Sophie says this Otis Maxine thing, Otis Maxine thing, hopefully it won't be the same thing as they did with Otis and Mandy. Boom says, oh man, what time is it? And Ayla's like, no, he's not here. Do you look at the pics I sent you? And Sophie says it will be interesting how different this draft is going to be. Becky Lynch contract expires next June in 24. And Foam says armpit time. Love the Bianchi says.
It's been 20 minutes. It should be there. They left at 19.
Yeah.
And it's 39.
She kind of gave him a mohawk, kind of.
Yeah. It's like a mullet mohawk.
That's funny.
Indy has a birthday this weekend, I think.
The
26th.
25th.
25th.
Yeah.
That must be next weekend because her birthday's...
It's like next Tuesday.
His is the 26th, hers is the 25th, and Jordan's the 24th. I think. Not all the same month.
No.
And then she's a loser because hers is the 16th.
It's terrible.
Lose.
It's the 25th. It's next Tuesday. So we're going to have a little party for her on Saturday, Lou was telling me.
Cool.
Oh, let's see. So it must be hard to prepare for a live stream every day. It was like, I'll let you know if he gets here. Well, they should already be there.
I mean, even if you went really slow, 20 minutes is plenty.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Sophie says, my grandparents and maybe my sister may be coming to Florida at the end of June to celebrate my mom's 60th birthday.
Heck yeah.
That's cool.
That's how she pees when she's camping.
Just does a long squat.
Right?
Says, I tried to cut it good. Her party is the 22nd, it goes the 25th, Oz is the 26th, and Jordan is the 24th. Yeah.
Got it. I got it right.
Uh-huh.
If I was testing on it.
Well, I looked at
April,
it earlier.
June, and October.
I looked at it earlier because I was pretty sure it was the 25th because I had texted her about that stuff, and then she texted me about Indy's party and said they were going to have a little party for her on Saturday. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, her birthday's coming up. And I was like, I think it's the 25th. So I had to look it up real quick because I was like, I think it's next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And it is.
All right, this match has started. It is underway. You got
Happening.
Dakota in there with Esther.
Yep.
Let's not test strength there, Dakota. If you want to have this match, you can test strength with Esther.
So he says, have you watched New Girl before? Nope.
No.
Ayla says,
doesn't sound familiar.
I am a loser. Thanks, Travis. Always reminding me.
Yeah. Okay, mine's 13th. It's even further off. Although my dad's was the 6th, mine was the 13th, my mom's the 19th. All in the same month.
All in the same month.
Yeah.
My whole family's was different. February, May, July, August. So.
Uh-oh. Esther just springs out of it.
Almost all within the first half of the month, though. 8th, 16th, 1st, 7th.
Into the ropes. Turns it around. Esther pops up over her.
Kissing her own ass, which is gross.
Tells her to touch it.
Ew. Ew. It was like, they're here at 6:41.
Hey, 21 minutes.
Well,
22 minutes.
At least they made it, I guess. Sophie says, how was your weekend? Short. They keep teasing the breakup of Damage Control. Yeah.
I mean, if it would be cool if it was, like, important, but Damage Control is not important. It's never been important.
Mm-mm.
And so it's like, eh. Just like the other one that Ray Son's in, Dominic, Judgment Day or whatever.
Yeah, I
It's
think they
just not
brought...
important.
I think they did it to bring, like, Bailey back a little slower than just right immediately into wrestling really heavy.
Right.
Films like Bailey looking fine. And Ayla says Charles and Jacob are the same day, 5 years apart. Crazy. Harley says, I'll be celebrating 19 years since I had my kidney transplant this Saturday. That's a great party to have. Very nice.
It's awesome.
And Walter's in the chat says, hey, Travis, hey, Daphne, see you at 9:05. We'll see you in about 20 minutes, Walter. Sophie says, after tonight, I have the rest of the week of wrestling off until Friday. Walter says, hey, Ayla. Ayla says, hi, Walter. Rick is in the chat, says, hey, Rick. I'm here. I'm always going to be late on Mondays, by the way.
That's okay. We were late,
all right.
too.
We normally aren't late, but we were late today
I had to hook up a car to be towed.
I had told Beagle, I was like, because he messaged us on Instagram, and he's like, hey, everything okay? And I was like, yeah. I was like, some boys came over, and Travis, I was like, how did I word that? It was actually pretty funny. I said, I was telling him why you were gone. I said, yep, we're both alive and fine. I said, Ayla's husband showed up with his friend like 15 minutes to 6 about. So, of course, they were out there like, duh, haha, boys. So a man had to go help Travis.
Oh, Lord.
That's what I said. I was like, that's funny.
Glad they made it.
As Walter said, I had a good weekend. Good, Walter. I'm glad
Good.
you had a good weekend. He says everyone was late today. So he says, I'm surprised they haven't mentioned if they are being back general managers for this draft. Bringing back, I don't know. They haven't really said anything. Maybe they'll bring one more back. Because technically they have one general manager, right?
Yeah.
So.
Postman Pierce.
Mm-hmm. Vindicator's in the chat. Hey, Vin. Good to see you
Hey,
tonight.
Vin.
Says, hey, everyone who is anyone in this chat. And Ayla says, no one, Vin. Rick says, I have to get in the shower at 8 and get ready for my day tomorrow. That sounds fun. So he says, are we in the year 04 with Trish and Brooke and major storylines?
It looks like it.
Rick says, every single day except Friday, I take showers at 7. Vindicator's like, so Ayla, what's on your mind today? How about yours, Dalitha? We have to have things on our mind now, Vin? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Gary
Got money on my mind. My mind on my money.
plays with my balls. Gary Player.
On my mind, on my money, on my money, on my mind. Or however it goes.
That's how it goes. Snoop Dogg.
It was like literally nothing.
Dakota almost had her. Esther pops out of the ring. There's that elbow. Up over the top. Neck breaker. Let's not call it fancy names. It's just a neck breaker.
So it says, I've taken showers at night before. I don't know which I prefer though, morning showers or night. It says they should be back at your house soon.
That's all right. I'm in the house. I won't see them.
Well, that's good. They can come get their car.
Pop up. Vertical suplex. Half of the riffraff. Held vertical. Drops her down. Bayley looks disappointed in Dakota. Esther into the ropes. Lands on her. 2 and Dakota kicks out. Too much.
It was like, you should go talk to them, Travis, laughing, hang out.
Right. Another 20 minutes. Yeah, homeboy had just like got off work or something, and he was like all sorts of tired. He was just like, which is fine. I mean, I don't blame him.
Don't you? Vindicator says, so Ayla response is not a surprise, but I never realized you missed your opportunity as a legit rapper, Miss Grandmaster D. Yeah.
What?
As I stole somebody else's work.
Esther almost lost right there, guys. If you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you in New York.
Rick says, I feel like morning showers feel so much better, though. As Sophie said, they weren't sure if night ones they liked better or if they preferred morning ones.
I put it this way. Do warm showers at night and cold showers in the morning, and you'll be fine.
Ayla says, I'm not a rapper like Presence. Chimichanga is in the chat. Hey, Chimmy says, horse hair in the ring.
Whoa!
Miss Belair.
Missed it.
Sophie says, I need to only
Picked her
take
up.
a shower when people are
Spin
home
her
and
around.
awake. Yeah, only when they're home and awake? That's fun.
Here it comes.
She's going to do it, whatever it is.
Well, she wants a KOD. She was backwards. I don't know how she thought she was going to pull it off.
Weird.
Dakota's got her hair, though. Lands on her feet.
Ugh.
Now, these two fought quite a few times in NXT. So Dakota kind of has her scouted.
Kind of knows something about her.
Yeah, she's got her scouted.
Knows her style. So it was like, I'm not a folder. I don't fold things. The Piccolo's like, hola, just making a quick dinner. Ooh, what are we having for dinner tonight?
Shit. Dakota just kneed herself in the face.
Ouch. Ayla says, I have to call or check the jury duty website every night from today until the 28th. A whole 11 days. Nice.
That's always fun. It's over.
Dakota Kai died.
Dakota's dead. 9 minutes, 13 seconds.
She got beat to death with a stick.
By a whip.
Piccolo's like, how's it going, Gab Gang? Fire.
Good.
Great, Piccolo. Travis wanted to say something about your garden.
I just like that it's all established plants. Like old growth. It's good.
I have a question. Is some of your grass clover? Do you have clover in your lawn? Or as your lawn? Ayla says, I ordered pizza tonight, Fat Lisa. Vindicator says, what, Ayla? You don't surprise your kids with gift wraps? How dare you? I'm calling Child Protective Services as we speak. So he says, but Adam Pearce is the manager of both Raw and SmackDown. That's why I said they have one general manager right now. It was like Jordan had to do 30 days of calling every night. Wow, you guys had to do some stuff. Rick says, gotta go at 9:30 on Mondays as always. Oh, bummer.
How I always got out of jury duty is I just told them I lived in Idaho Falls. And then when I got my jury duty stuff for Idaho Falls, I just told them I lived in Pocatello. It worked for years.
Nice.
Now I'd
My
probably...
mom got out of it because she was dead.
That'll help.
No shit, it was the weirdest thing. She died 2 weeks later. We got a jury summons. I was like, motherfucker, she dead. I called them up and I was like, she's not gonna make it. They're like,
I would have said,
what?
she said, put out a warrant. They're all wasted resources.
She's dead. I'm sure we could get her ashes there if you'd like, but I don't know how much of an opinion she would have in the matter. They said you just had to write deceased on it and like send it back or something. I was like, that's so strange. It was like, call them, beesh. Who are we calling? What are we calling? What we're calling? Oh, you're telling Vindicator to call Protective. Yeah. Rick's like to go to bed, right? Yeah, Rick, we got it. Yeah, we gotta go to bed early so we can get up early sometimes. Vin says that match felt quick for 9 minutes. There was a lot of throwing and stuff.
9:13, yeah.
Film says, yes, she won. Let's go, Bianca. Sophie says it takes me a while to want to go to bed on nights I watch wrestling. Is it because you're excited?
Get y'all excited. I don't blame you.
Rick says to get up early, and Sophie says the only time I do take a nap is if I'm very sick. Naps are dumb. It was like laughing dark. I'm going to tell them I'm the full caretaker of my children and can't leave them alone. See how that goes. Sophie says I do wake up at random times throughout the week. Pickle's like chopped up onion and frying a burger without the bun. It's called a moco loco. Do you use tomato as the bun? I've seen that. Pickle, have you tried that one? You take like a really big, like one of those beefsteak tomatoes that they have, right? Or a big tomato. And you cut it in like kind of like thick I'm not a tomato fan, so thick slices though, and make that your bun. And then make your burger like you would. So you do like your burger with cheese and onion and lettuce and bacon or whatever. And then you use your tomato slices as a bun. Have you tried that one, Piccola? That's probably healthy for you. John Sparkling in the chat tonight.
Cody.
Hey, John. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for joining us again. Says, what's up, guys? Oh, Raw stuff. Like wrestling people. People wrestling. People. Fava Beans. Vindicator says, it's randomly fun to be so random on those random days of randomness. Totally.
Very random.
It was like, I give my kids ridiculous gifts. My 4-year-old got a Nintendo Switch for Christmas, and my 2-year-old got an iPad. But are they the one that used them? I feel like those are adult presents. You're like, here's your present, kid, and you're the one that uses it. Rick's like, I made nachos tonight. Luckies.
Nacho cheese.
Sophie says, whenever I do my mom's laundry, I have to hang up her nightgowns, and when I do, it takes a while for her nightgowns to dry.
Yeah.
Well, it could be worse. She could be hanging up her panties and her bras, too.
Ew.
Why are you saying ew? Because those things exist?
Yeah. And it's moms.
So?
Who wants to see their mom's undies? Ew.
Ayla says, just saying, you could call CPS. No, they use them. Oh, do they? Sophie says, do you think Roman will lose the championship before or at SummerSlam?
I don't know.
Those
Probably
burgers are
after.
delicious.
I don't know if it'll be at SummerSlam either. I just don't know if he'll have any competition by then. Is that Steven Sprout? Oh, no, it's AJ Puck. Hey, he plays for Miami. That's cool. He was one of the top prospects in all of baseball. He played for the A's minor league system. Puck.
He looks like he should be on a Pennsylvania farm somewhere.
A Pennsylvania farm?
Uh-huh.
What's a pencil farm?
A Pennsylvania farm somewhere.
Oh, because he's...
He looks Amish. The pitcher guy. I want him to show him up close again.
I wonder how good he is.
I
It's
don't know.
interesting. I didn't know if he ever made it to the majors. Now he's in Miami.
I don't know, but his name is Puck.
Puck.
Puck, 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 Puck.
Oh, showing the leather. Safe.
Yeah, he was way safe.
Didn't have the arm strength to throw him out at first.
Yeah, loser face. Is that like that one show we watched? They were doing it in just that era. It's
Maybe.
weird. Oh, what is that called? What is that show called?
Good deeds. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
Harry Potter and the Boys.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Other girl that I've never seen in anything else in my life. Oh wait, no, she was in Cock Blockers.
Yes, that's the daughter. So if it says, now I'm getting random emails from random stuff for no reason. What'd you sign up for? They'll say, so how was everyone's weekends? Short. My weekend was short.
Miracle Workers?
That's it. Pico says the clover you see maybe some weeds that spread. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought maybe
She brought it up to your attention because why not?
I thought it was like clover. People do that. People use clover as in their yards. It actually is very drought resistant, and
I'm
it's
sure
really
it
soft
is.
and stays green.
A lot of weeds are drought resistant.
Oh my God, it's not that type of clover.
Bad Bunny, Raw, next week. Oh, he's starting to stop being his friend.
Oh my Lord.
Is he the worst promo ever? No, Liz.
Yeah,
But he's up there.
he's really close. They're like twinsies in that area.
Oh, what's this about?
Paul Heyman just hanging out, staring at people.
What, did they hire him or something?
No, they're having a match together.
Finn, better watch your mouth, buddy. They're doing each other's dirty work.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because she thinks she's so intimidating, but she's not very tall, and she's not as tall as Paul Heyman. It would have
Right.
been funnier if she was actually taller than him, but she's not. So it was awkward.
He said, eh. He told me, eh. That's what he just told Roman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're talking about tonight. Kevin Owens, Sammy, and Matt against the Judgment Day.
They're doing each other's dirty work.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes, Mr. Cody.
And then I think Sophie mentioned something earlier about something else. The Usos in solo against somebody or something. Of that nature.
All sorts of nature. It's like when you're outside, you get nature all over you.
Ew, gross.
Some people call it dirt.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the game's over?
Nature all
It's
over your
just the
back.
7th.
Well, they got
Well, they didn't need to do the
stupid.
bottom of the ninth, I guess.
Nope.
Because they're the home team. Anyways, we got Cody out there. Oh, Gary, you know what the next game is? Dodgers.
Ew.
The Giants just lost. So although the Giants are 8-8, or the Dodgers are 8-8 this year.
Ooh.
Giants are shit. They're 5-10.
Wow, they're 5-10. What the fuck
Yeah.
is wrong with them?
They're rebuilding.
Rick says, "What's your fave movie series? Mine is Star Wars. It's just their story is so iconic and their characters."
Movie series. That's a good one.
Lethal
I like The
Weapon.
Mummy. The Mummy series is really fun. I like Brendan Fraser.
Film's like, "Here we go with Cody. Let's go." Piccolo, "What up, my friend? How are you?" And John says Brock is going to maul Cody. Piccolo says, "Oh, so he might be wrestling tonight."
Oh, Cody? He's in his
He issued
gear.
a challenge. Chris says Cody with another sermon time. As Piccolo says, "Pretty tired, film." You're a dork.
Why?
Because you are.
It's my favorite kind of music.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it your favorite? Your
Just
favorite,
listen to
favorite?
the song over and over and over.
Oh, over and over and over again. So there was one time I slept through an episode of Raw or SmackDown.
Were you upset? I slept through a Saturday night's main event once when I was a kid and cried when I woke up at like 10:30, 11. Because there was no way to watch it again. He's bringing out Brock.
He wants him to come out so badly.
Is that Postman Pierce?
Yeah.
He's sure busy.
He's a busy, busy man doing lots of busy things. Messing up people's lives.
Yeah, Little Rock doesn't have the police force.
Pico says, "Well, that's tough, Rick. Maybe Terminator, but I enjoy anything Arnold, to be honest." Robbie says, "What's Cody gonna do? Come out there and call people out?" John says, "Thought you said one time at band camp, Sophie." LOL.
Yeah, American Pie's up there in my top too.
Pico says, "In a busy dub universe." Robbie says, "Brock will wat him up alive." He's not medically cleared? What?
He's in wrestling gear. He's gonna wrestle.
Oh, but he's not.
Who wears wrestling gear and isn't medically cleared?
People who aren't supposed to wrestle. How is he not medically cleared? What happened to him?
Brock beat him up last week or the week before.
Well, I understand that, but that's
what
just
happened.
that's silliness. Silly McSillertons. He has a right wrist soreness, Jacob deGrom. He will continue to be evaluated. He was removed from tonight's start at Kansas City.
Well, he's 87 years old.
He has right wrist soreness.
Right. That's what happens when you're old. When you're young, soreness doesn't matter. When you're old, you're like, ugh.
Oh my God, it's broken.
I can't get out of bed, my wrist.
It's so broken. It's so
What's Cody doing?
broken.
Cody grabbed
Getting
a chair.
He's
Cody's
ready.
hulking up.
He's like, "I really want him to die." So it was that, and I slept through an episode of Raw SmackDown until the next time I woke up like hours later and I didn't have a DVR then. Robbie says, "Cody is some waste man." Pico's like, "Eat him. He's certainly a carnivore, that Brock." Robbie's like, "Come on, Brock." Sophie says, "By the time we hit SummerSlam, Roman will be, what, at 1,200 days or something like that?"
I don't think it's 200 days. No.
1,200 days.
Well, right, but we're not at 1,000 yet.
Until Saudi, and that's... When is that?
30 days, 35 days.
From now? I don't know when SummerSlam is.
Well,
after that. Well, it
Anyways.
couldn't be more than 3 months, and that's only 90 days.
I know, that's what I'm saying. There's no way it's 1,200. Here he comes!
He said, "Bring it." He said, "Bet. Bet. Bet." Chris says after Cody
It's
wrestled.
109 days from today. SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, I don't think that
There he is.
it's gonna be 1,200 days.
The Beast, dressed like the Undertaker.
What? That's weird. Chris is like, after Cody wrestled with an injured pec, how can Adam say he's not able to
There
compete?
it is.
Pico says, this is lame.
Who's the guy next to Postman Pierce begging Cody not to do this? Look at him.
He looks like he has makeup on.
Postman Pierce?
No, the guy that's kind of off to the edge right there.
Watch this guy right here next to Postman Pierce. Look at him.
No, don't do it.
No, Cody,
We don't want you to. Please,
No,
we want
Cody,
you to be
no.
safe. Oh, safe and so silly.
Cody's not thinking straight. He's thinking kind of crooked.
Excuse me, but here says, stick in the mud, Adam Pearce will never have any evolution to his character, and it's tedious to sit through his babbles. Sophie says, my favorite movie series is the Marvel movies. John says Cody should hit himself with the chair. Robbie says, Cody ain't got a clue. Sophie says, every once in a while I watch an old episode of Raw. Pico says, oh, actually, I do love the Cornetto series. Vindicator message retracted, and Chris says, Brock
There
with
it
the
is.
Sting jacket.
Uh-oh. Security jumped out of nowhere.
Jimmy says, last outlaw Brock Lesnar. Sophie says, the only thing I heard about AEW this weekend, that new rumored Saturday show will be like a soft brand split.
Cool.
Cool.
So basically there's just going to be a bunch of people that I don't know.
Sounds dumb.
Sounds hideous.
My boss was talking with the IT guy today about baseball. And they were talking, I guess, about some pitcher who was doing something, and the umpire went out there and checked his hands, and then made him go to the dugout and wash his hands. And he didn't. He went to the dugout, but he didn't wash his hands, and he came back out.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened after that because I had to answer the phone. So I didn't hear the rest of the conversation.
That's funny.
So, do you know what happened? Because now I'm investedly curious about it.
Hand wash gate.
Yes, hand wash gate. John says, here comes security equals NXT, guys. Because, like, well, good. Then you shouldn't word vomit AEW rumors tonight. So he's like, if I have to choose between life over watching a WWE thing, I would choose the WWE every time. Walter says, geez, Cody is mad beating up the security. He wants to fight people, Walter. He wants to fight, not dance fight. Who the fuck are these weirdos and those other, what are those?
Toronto?
No, the other
The
one.
Astros?
The other jacket.
Astros.
Is that their outfits? Why
It's
are they so
they're-
hideous?
Well, they're using their like early 90s, late 80s jerseys. It's like flashback night or something. But yeah, they are hideous.
God, they're horrible looking. You're a coward, bitch. So are you, Adam Pearce. Isn't he supposed to be a good guy? I thought he was supposed to be a good guy.
He is the good guy.
Is that how he's a good guy? I don't understand.
He's got to be tough.
Oh, okay. Pico's like, since it's Monday Night Raw, Robbie's like, did that really happen? Raw. Walter's like, Brock Lesnar is laughing. Walter, he's always laughing. He's a very happy person. And Sophie says, why do I have a feeling this Brock Cody feud will extend past Backlash? Rick says, I will not be here on Wednesdays because I don't know much AEW. It's okay, Rick.
You can just hang out with us and talk about whatever.
You can come in and hang
A
out
lot of
if you
people
want
don't know
to. You
anything
don't
about
have to,
AEW.
like, really talk about AEW. You're more than welcome to hang out with us on Wednesdays, though. Robbie says Cody couldn't fight himself. Sophie says, which series do you think should have gotten more seasons but only got 1 or 2? Oh, God, there's so many. Walter's like, okay, at 9:15 I'm going. I'll be here Wednesday. I'm still in chat right now, though. Okay, you got 5 fucking minutes, Walter.
I don't know.
You better make the best of it. You better
I can't think of
have
one series
50
that I wish
chats.
there was more of. I think
You know, there was...
Terabithia. I thought that one would be pretty good, and I think they ended it after the first season.
What's that one that was good and it only had like 3 or 5 seasons, but they could have went like more seasons with it, and it would have been
okay.
good.
So the greatest one ever is Camelot.
That one, that was one of them.
Camelot would have been really good, but I call her Paige because that was her name in that show. I still call her that to this day, and Camelot would fucking like 10, 15 years ago now.
Right.
It's the girl off of 300 Part 2 or Dark Shadows.
Yes.
The Witch.
Yes.
Her.
Yes.
But she wanted too much money, so they didn't do another season.
Right.
Her name's Ava something. Her real name, it's like A-V-E.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Or E, whatever word that is. Ava, A-E. Green. Something green. Ava Green, I think.
Okay.
But anyways, I call her Paige.
What was that one with the railroad thing and...
Hell on Wheels?
Hell on Wheels.
That went forever.
I thought it only went for like 5 seasons.
Yeah, but it went until it ended. They had
Did it though? I think they
finished the
prematurely
railroad,
had to end it.
and then they didn't know what to do after that, and then they had them like fighting at the rail yard and stuff.
Oh.
Because it has that
There's
guy.
been
What's
a
that
couple...
guy's name on there? God, I love
Common.
That dude. Common.
So they have a couple that I've watched that they've only had a season or 2 of, and then they never did them again, and it's made me very upset. And so I kind of refuse to like watch anything now because of it. I can't remember what they are, but they were really good. Anyways, there's stuff I liked.
It's hard nowadays because everything's so... You have to be so politically correct anymore.
Walter said that. Pico says, you mean you got served dance battles? Oh, they're violent and somewhat well choreographed. Yes. Chippy says Brock made $250K in 2 minutes, right? So he says Cody versus Brock, the Backlash main event. Walter says Seth Rollins for the win over The Miz. Pico says, yeah, Rick, we like you here, bud. Hang out when you can. Chris says Cody grew up with cowboys like Magnum, TA, Dusty Rhodes, Barry Windham.
Yep.
Harley says, do the NHL playoffs start tonight?
I don't know. They're on. I mean, there's NHL games on tonight.
Pico says, did you ever watch Vikings? We did start watching that.
I tried to, but we didn't get very far.
It's another one we could probably do, like, at lunchtime kind of thing. It's just so hard to, like, sit down and watch, like...
More than one episode.
Yeah. Like, on the weekends and stuff like that, because it's, like, other things I'd like to watch instead. I mean, not that it's that interesting, because it is. So he says, but I honestly didn't remember if I actually missed Raw or SmackDown that one time. Rick says it would be the same schedule like today. Got to get up early and got to go at 9:30, right? People says, yeah, I know her, not biblically, but she's a smoke show. The lady in
Ava
that
Green.
show, whatever her name is, yeah. So he says
Ava.
Brock still didn't give us an explanation on why he turned on Cody. Why would he?
Why would he? He doesn't need to talk. He's the
no,
beast incarnate.
There's no explanations needed.
I don't need to have him talk at
Seems
all.
like so Cody is kind of a hill in this.
No, not even a little
I
bit.
guess not. Chris says Brock only turned because no plans for Lesnar. Walter says still good wrestling on Raw. Drew Mack, he won't be on SmackDown. Sophie says Tampa Bay Rays almost made history by going undefeated. Walter says go Hawks in NBA playoffs. Sophie says Roman will hit 1,000 days when they go to Saudi Arabia. Yep, we've talked about that before.
Talked about it during WrestleMania.
Yeah. Talked about it.
Give him something to talk about. How about Brock?
Oh, God.
Brock. Roll in.
And stop.
Brock's not angry.
Pico is like, oh,
Just
I always
Cody.
forget you like basketball, Walter. Yeah, Walter and his basketball.
There's some basketball on tonight. The Kings are playing Golden State.
Timmy says, I'm guessing with Brock a Hill, that opens the door for fresh opponents. Does
Maybe.
it? Pico says that Clippers Suns game was down to the wire.
Hey,
That's good.
they're going to interview Brock in the back, maybe.
Interview him. Oh, God. Who's going to attack him?
Nobody in their right mind.
Going to get back at him for beating him up. Cody's going to be like, how dare you?
What a
Rick
great
says
match.
Sacramento won their first playoff game in 17 years, I believe.
You know how good that team was? They would have beat the Lakers if it wasn't for the dirty umps back then or the dirty referees. That one referee wrote a book about how dirty he was during that playoff season.
Oh, jeez.
But they would have won the championship that year.
Huh. Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Wednesday for AEW. Stay healthy. Bye, Walter. Thank you. You too. Good luck with bingo.
Hey, it's The Miz and Seth. You guys ready to sing?
Ready for Seth to murder The Miz. Pico says, I personally think the West is wide open this playoffs. Take care, Walter. The D-backs. That's hilarious.
The D-bags. Yeah.
They just have them as D-backs
Uh-huh.
on there. If you're not looking at it right, you just kind of see it out of the corner of your eye. You're like, what the fuck? He's never going to get respect. We all know it. We all know Miz is a joke.
Well, he's not beating Seth. Jesus.
Well, of course not. Oh, gosh.
Cheese and rice.
Food. Yum. So this is when this endeavor deal becomes final. We could see budget cuts, but much worse than when we got before.
Good. I have a bunch of riffraff they need to get rid of.
Chewy says, what happened to Lacey Evans? She disappeared again.
Yeah, there's some riffraff that we don't get to see.
She used to not be riffraff.
She didn't used to be, but they don't know how to book her. I don't think Triple H likes her.
Probably not. He probably hates military people.
He drove a tank.
Triple H is a moron. And driving a tank doesn't mean you like people in the military. I think he hates them. I think that's why he's so fucky with the Street Profits, too, and Montez Ford, because he's a military guy, too.
Bobby
I think he
Lashley.
hates the fucking military. I think Triple H is against the military. Every person that's in the military, that has been in the military,
Oh, Miz
that's a
attacking
wrestler,
Seth.
he's fucked over multiple times. So, yeah, I think that Triple H hates and is biased against people who have served in the military. What a fuckface. I don't like him. I really don't like him now.
Not only did you make up a narrative,
I want to play
you
with
went
that
with
narrative.
the narrative, and now you believe
I'm believing the narrative. Exactly.
It's awesome.
But it all makes sense. It does. Lacey Evans,
I get it.
Montez Ford, Bobby Lashley. That's not just one example. That's 3 fucking examples right there of him fucking them over, and they all have been in the military and served. Yeah, makes you wonder, don't it?
Ring the bell. It's
Oh, God, he
official.
can't get his coat off. Hurry up, Miz, get him.
Miz is taking the knees to him. Oh, Miz took his coat off for him.
Miz is like, here, let me help you, fucker.
And then he got taken down.
And he's like, okay, now beat me.
He should have just left his coat on him. Hog-tied him with it. Oh, speaking of hogs, there's one over on the right.
What's even funnier is that you think because I made up a story that I really believe it when I don't. I just don't like Triple H. And I like those people, and I think it's fucked up what he does to
I like all 3 of them.
some of the wrestlers. He does it to a lot of them. I'm not just saying it's them. He does it to a lot of them. He shouldn't, or did. Anyways,
It's probably because they're a lot better tempered, and so he can get away with it.
probably.
Like, not pushing him like, okay, Bobby, we'll do this with you later. Now, Bobby's 46, and he's like, oh, sorry,
Oops.
dude, you got too old. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So he says, Lacey, who I forgot that she was still on the roster. Jimmy says, Lashley is military. He sure was. Chris says, Seth is trying to act normal like he wasn't acting an ass hat last week. Pickle is like, good Lord, the gaslighting. Triple H is a draft dodger.
Right?
Let's add to the narrative. And that's why he hates just kidding. I have no idea. It's just funny. Sophie says,
OMG.
with AEW, I sometimes change my mind if I want to come in. Chris says, this is the greatest thing Miz has ever done besides getting Maurice. attacking the fuck out of Seth. Well, he's got to get a 1-up and make it look good. He can't just get his ass completely beat, even though we know
every
it will.
title twice.
It's not like he's terrible at being a wrestler, guys. Chimmy says, did you see Alex Riley footage?
I've heard of him, but I don't know any footage.
What footage? What's it about, Chimmy?
What kind of footage? Is he military? Did Triple H do anything to him?
Is Alex Riley a wrestler?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't even know who it is. I'm like, who is he? Sophie's like, there's a rumor that they're going to reboot Baywatch. Right. So.
With a bunch of dudes?
Dressed as women? And as soon as their boobs flopped around, it's going to be their telework at the bottom of their suits. And they're going to, like, zoom in on it in slow motion.
Baywatch. People are drowned and they're like, leave me alone, let me drown.
Slapping him in the face with their chest.
Sounds like a great remake.
Sounds lovely. It's a great idea. Oh God, Phil says, sorry that you're tired, Pickles. Sophie says, with some series you can tell the creators of shows that don't know when they want to end their series. Yeah, it's called The Big Bang. Pickles says,
Take it back.
I'm not. They could have ended that series way before they did. They took that thing out way too far with some of the stupid shit they did.
12 years is perfect.
Nuh-uh.
I love it. I just don't like the girls they put in there. If they wouldn't have brought the love interests in, show would have been a classic.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, some of the stuff they did, they could have taken out and it would have made it a lot shorter series without it being in there.
And the love interest, the main one was Sheldon. They should have got rid of Farrah Fowler. She should have never been in it. Or if they did it, just bring her in for a little while. Because there was a couple times they could have wrote her out, and it would have been perfect. Because she's the one, personally, that ruined the whole series.
Right. Did you,
Did you?
do your watch?
I did it this morning because it was dead.
Pugla says, I sense that Trips tries his best to salvage his NXT kids, but the writers really have no clue how to set up storylines for them. Sophie says, and with streaming series, I think it gets harder than regular TV series to make. John says Triple H won't watch any military movies. Sophie says, whenever there is a series, me and my mom end up loving, the network cancels it. Ravi says, oh, was so poor. Pickle says, exactly, Triple H walked out, American Sniper, what a communist. Jesus. Jimmy says he used to be the Miz sidekick and tried to dive outside the ring, but is about 30 pounds heavier. Rick says, gotta go. I really love my beauty sleep. Bye. Bye, Rick. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully we'll see you again this week. Maybe on Wednesday. But if not, hopefully Friday. Sophie says, do you think they will split the world championships thanks to the draft? And Harley says, good night, everybody. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for hanging out with us, Harley. Have a good night. Hopefully see you on Wednesday.
The better way to do it is
we'll
just
be here on Friday as well.
A championship belt for Roman and then make another one for the opposite brand. And just call it the Universal World Championship. The one they have. And the other one could just be called the Heavyweight Championship.
Right. Vindicator's like, come on, Harley and Arika. You guys are missed. The best part of this show, another retread match that nobody asked for. It's greatest time ever to be a wrestling fan. Yeah, forever. Sophie said, Becky said she won't be at Raw tonight, so that is a way for them to keep them away from each other.
Yeah. What's she doing? Her husband's there.
Yeah.
Why is she hanging out with her husband?
Why isn't she there?
Oh.
It's ridiculous. She should be there. Not doing her job and shit. Fuck.
Sling blade. What? 2, 3. No. Miz kicks out.
Wow, the Miz got out of it.
Miz is too good.
Is he? Is that what that is?
Way too good.
Way too good.
We're already at almost 7 minutes.
Wow.
Haven't seen a curb stomp yet.
Sophie says my mom doesn't like to wait for episodes to drop. Yeah? Remember back in the day when you had to wait a whole week to see the next one?
Is that show you were watching over? Or is there one more episode? Have you
I'm
Googled
sure
it?
there's more episodes of it. No, but I can.
School Spirit. It's called Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Does it? Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
Whoop! Miz tried to follow him in the corner. Seth lifted his boot up. Miz. Holy crap. Seth might have just lost some teeth. 1, 2, and 3. Nope. Seth kicks out. Of course he does. The A-lister.
Oh, I guess that was the finale for season 1.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a finale type episode. So they're going to do a season 2. So it's not going to be a different story each time. So how are dead people going to get chased by another dead person?
I don't know, and they can't leave the school. Like, they can't leave.
Right.
So I don't know what they're
Miz!
going to do.
Buckle bomb! Rollins, frog splash, lands into some knees, rolled up, 2 and 2.5. So close.
Chris says next Monday night, Raw in Chicago, Punk return confirm. That's hilarious. SmackDown in Columbus, Ohio this Friday, Bliss return confirm.
Yeah, all their
Stop
hometowns.
Spreading rumors. Sophie says with Lacey Evans, it seems like they pushed her for a week, then they drop her out of nowhere. Chimney says shame WWE has never brought back Ken Shamrock.
He was like 60.
Vindicator says...
But I know what you're saying.
Vindicator
Well,
says...
years ago, you mean.
Right. Vindicator says, oh, even a 20-minute promo from Philip Jack Brooks could not save Raw, Chris. Sophie says, but he is friends with Randy Orton, though, another military guy. And John says they bury Miz more than LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, but Miz has already had his career. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Right now, LA Knight is not a Hall of Famer.
Right.
Not even close.
Chris says LA Knight maybe should be on Raw after draft.
Yeah, I feel like they need to pull an audible and push him a little bit and just see where he can go. See how far they can take it. Because if crowd's behind him,
Right.
maybe they need to sign him to a longer-term deal. Maybe his contract's coming up and they don't want him to leave
In the middle of
with the
something.
new fans.
Right. Hassan's in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, hi there, guys. How was your weekend? It was pretty good. How about yours? Pico says, Randy went AWOL. Don't consider that shitbag military. Yeah, if he went AWOL, then he's not military. He's a loser face.
1, 2.
Chris says LA Knight is a Hall of Fame in indie wrestling for sure, though. Too bad they don't have a Hall of Fame.
Well, Impact
Like,
does.
do they have like a Hall of Fame in indie wrestling?
No.
For all of indie wrestling, maybe?
No.
Exactly. Jimmy says, what's your thoughts on Gunther?
I don't have very many. I like him. I think he's pretty good. Obviously, he needs some top quality opponents.
Mm-hmm. Vindicator says Miz is about as worthy of the Hall of Fame as Stacy Keibler. Now he's just a swindling jobber.
Keibler is not a former champion, main eventer of WrestleMania. Come on, Miz has done it. Just a
Yeah,
long time
he's
ago.
put in the hard work then.
He beat John Cena in the main event at WrestleMania. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, how many people can say that?
And that was when he was young in the prime. I mean, they don't push him now for anything, Vin. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say he's a swindling jobber, but in all reality, he makes his money elsewhere, too. He doesn't really have to do this, but he probably loves it. And when he's to a
famous.
point where he can't, then he probably won't.
He is famous, though. Like, he's an all-star MVP game, you know, all that crap. He does the baseball. He does the NBA.
Yeah. Hassan says, I did enjoy Peacock movies and Impact Wrestling on Rebellion pay-per-view, and it was good yesterday. Good. Chris says also Impact had their pay-per-view Rebellion this weekend. Nick Aldis returned and is signed with Impact now, so no WWE. Sad.
Nick Aldis is in Impact, huh? Might be worth a watch.
Sophie says, I have seen the Baywatch reboot news around some sites. Cool. Mushmallows in the chat. Hey, Mush says yesterday Roman Reigns and Usos went to my house and we played WWE 2K22.
That's it.
Good. That's
2
good, man. I'm glad
3.
they came over.
12:06 on that one.
Glad you came over and helped out and had friends over. Vindicator says Dwayne Johnson helped Miz beat Cena, and he has not done anything meaningful in WWE the last 4 years. Whether he loves it or not, most people don't love watching him.
Right, but he has a TV show. He does it elsewhere. And that's who they get to wrestle all the new guys. And he just went 12 minutes with the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah, it's not like he's terrible or anything still. But they make him lose. That's how they write it. It's not him.
Never been a Miz fan myself, but I can't take away that he was a main event at WrestleMania.
Right.
Two-time Grand Slam.
Vindicator says Miz is never a topic of discussion of many people's mind after a show. John says yesterday New Day came over with big brownies and got high. Well, John, you and Marshmallow have something in common. Did you invite Matt Riddle? Chimmy says Jeff Hardy returned to AEW. He sure did. Chris says Miz versus MJF in an ass hat fuckface dipshit match. Asshole versus asshole. The Miz would run circles around MJF when it comes to talking. Poor MJF really needs to figure out how to be a dick face to people. He really needs to. He's still too nice sometimes.
Kevin's like, why don't you let us think?
Right?
I'll go.
Oh, God.
The toe, bro.
Please don't.
Look at Kevin's face.
Oh, God, that's my...
The toe, bro.
The fuck? Why are you encouraging this?
So now Kevin Owens is playing the Randy Orton.
I don't know, but...
Remember the Randy Orton stuff?
Yes. Oh, dude, you tried to end your own career. You shouldn't snort cocaine in the back. Just saying. John Sparkle's like, LOL. Philip's like, okay, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys soon on Wednesday.
Woo!
Bye. Peace out. Bye, fam. Thanks for hanging out with us. Chris says, yeah, MJF cuts the same promos just in a slightly different way. Philip says, big hugs, big hearts to you guys. All right, fam. Love back. So you take care. We'll see you Wednesday. Sophie says, I think Modern Family should have ended after season 5 or 6. And the Indicator says, bearing any unforeseen DUIs, I predict the Hardy Boys will be tag champions within 2 months.
Yeah, you know, I have seen Modern Family all the way through. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
and
we did.
The end is not very
Friends,
good.
Seinfeld.
Friends good. Seinfeld I haven't seen all the way through. But
Oh, yeah, we were watching it and then we stopped. Why did we stop?
Oh.
Huh. Probably forgot about it.
You have the memory of a riddle.
Sometimes. Get started on other things. Sophie says in some series you can't find anywhere for some reason. Those bastards.
Is Cheers anywhere? Cheers is a good one.
Oh, we watched the one after Cheers.
Frasier.
Yeah, we did watch Frasier.
I did watch all of Cheers myself.
You did. John says, I predict Jeff Hardy will get locked up by summer.
Damn.
Him and Riddle should get together.
Oh, Lord.
Chimmy says Riddle reminds me of Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemount High.
Right. Or Bill and Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
ordering pizza in the middle of class.
You know what's funny about that is that when I watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, I watched it way before Original. I mean, way before.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's such a cop-out. But that was like fucking 7 years before.
The Fast Times at Ridgemont
Yeah.
High.
They
Yeah.
copied him.
Yeah.
Sean Penn. Just don't go full retard.
So go full retard. Sophie's
am
like,
Sam.
good night, going to charge my phone. All right, Sophie, thanks for hanging out with us. Mushmouth says, yesterday, me, Roman Reigns, we play Royal Rumble match on WWE 2K22, and I win. Cool, I'm glad Roman came
yeah.
over to your house and hung out with you.
Maybe he did it online.
Did you see where John, no, he said he came over to their house.
That's the way to do it.
He said it earlier. He literally said it. Yesterday, Roman Reigns and the Usos went to my house and we played WWE 2K22. And then John said that yesterday the New Day came over and we baked brownies and got high.
Goes a guy. Goes a guy. Goes a guy.
So, you know, all that good stuff.
It's weird.
What?
I don't know, whatever I'm watching on TV. It's like coins getting smashed out of people.
Yeah, that stuff. Oh, how exciting. Yeah.
Boom.
They're like, we want to be like Applebee's. Buy an entree and you can add six boneless wings for $1. Picole's like, interesting. Sophie says, we know the network actually decide who gets picked in the draft.
Oh, no, not necessarily. I think that it's not going to be up to a network because there's no network that's going to have control over them.
Yeah, I think that this
They're
draft's
going
going to be
into
a little
bidding.
bit different.
They're going to go into bidding, and so they're going to make these teams very, very equal. So when the bidding comes, the people pay more.
Yeah, I think they're going to not make it so that SmackDown is so much more
Athletic.
plump, I guess you could say, as Raw.
They almost need to make Roman a free agent where he can float back and forth.
Force them to do it.
For the bid, for the bidding.
Uh-huh.
Look, I don't know where Roman's going to be. You'll have to bid on it.
And then he quits. Just kidding. So he says, wow, serious Riddle. We haven't seen that since his NXT days. Jimmy says they should bring back the Miz stunt double.
Damien Sandow or whatever.
Damien Sandow.
That shit, he's great. Bad Bunny will be back next week. You guys are into Bad Rabbits? Megastar. I know him from wrestling. He's a megastar.
Right?
Megastar. Becky Lynch hung. Are they going to recap the whole thing? Oh, yeah. They're not going to fuck around with this recap.
Great recapping. Yay, Raw. Look, even the puppet's sick of it. He's like, what the fuck? Yes, I'm going to stab you in the back and take the belts away from you and give them to somebody else. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Tank Davis fight is 5 days away.
5 days away.
In 5 days, I'll be watching boxing right now.
Yes.
Like this.
Is that all that's happening this weekend? This next weekend?
What else would there be?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know what's happening. Ow.
Boxing. That's all I care about.
Oh, remember when I did that seminar thing like last September after work on a Tuesday?
Maybe.
basically had to work.
Okay. Do you have to do it tomorrow?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. So I have to like go right after work and grab cookies for it and then go up to the other branch on the hill and do stuff.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I guess.
Satisfaction.
Vindicator's like, Becky lied to the fans. Said she would not be coming to Raw, but she is there via unwanted recaps. The liar. It's not her fault. She probably didn't authorize this. She's probably at home just doing her thing.
She's like, don't use my image. Canelo Alvarez and Backlash and UFC are all in the same
Oh,
night.
yeah, that's right. I should probably, since she's not in the chat anymore, she's probably eating pizza. Should have told her to bring me pizza. What the fuck?
Kind of a dick move that you didn't. I didn't even know you liked pizza.
I don't. I hate it. I'm
Do you
just
want me to go
hungry.
make you one?
I'm just hungry.
I can go make you one.
I'm really hungry. Bum, bum, bum,
Want me to
bum,
start you
bum,
one?
bum. No.
Just pizza. Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, part 2 tonight. Maybe.
Maybe.
God, Bobby's strong.
It's May 6th, right?
Yeah.
Chimmy says, don't understand why Lita and Trish get all the praise. Victoria was much better in the ring.
Yeah, nobody cares about the in-ring stuff, especially in 2004. Although she was, and she had a good body also, but it was all about the body.
It's Bobby.
The puppies, they
Vindicator
called it.
says Trish is going to explain why deserves a match at Backlash after claiming to be retired following her unneeded loss to Spawn 3 years back. Ooh. Chris says pushing Jonah virtue signaling participation time. Ugh, I know. They're doing this again? This is, oh, because they had a draw, huh? Wasn't that what happened the last time?
They did. They had a double count out, yeah.
Stupid.
Both men lost, or both men won. Almighty!
Ugh, how lame.
Come on, Bobby. Oh, it's Austin Theory tonight. So Bronson Reed will interfere.
Oh,
And
yeah.
set it up their match at Backlash. By the way, pencil that in. That's happening at Backlash. 18 days away.
Pencil it in. Pico says, it took me 5 minutes just to find the remote. Oh my god, how
I've been
terrible.
there.
It's like the worst thing
Oh
ever.
my god. I bought this remote from China. Thing is awesome.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
keyboard thing?
Yeah. I mean, it works. Every button works on it, like the remote that goes to the thing.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, and then you can just type in, and it's this big.
Huh.
You know, so it's a little bigger than your phone, but not a lot bigger. Really good buttons. Everything's really nice. It lights up.
Oh, that's cool.
Although it lights up like a rainbow. Like a lot of rainbow. Like just crazy. Instead of just solid colors.
Right?
I don't know if that's adjustable. But anyways, it's way cool. Like I push every button on the thing.
Then
It works the volume. It works the fast forward. It works the rewind. It works the back.
it works the volume on the thing, not
On
the
the-
TV.
Yeah, on the Cody. On the box.
Oh, when it goes through that. Oh. Vindicator says definitely taking a break during this crap. See you guys when it's over. People's like, is this another title match for Bobbles? Maybe.
It is, but he's not going to... You know what's his name's going to interfere. Bronson...
Chris says Lashley playing to
Silly.
the crowd, being a babyface when you know he's clearly a natural heel. Mubin Farhad is in the chat. Hey, Mubin says, hi, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Are you subscribed? If you aren't subscribed. Hang out with us.
Chris says Lashley versus Theory for the 100th time. Jimmy says, thoughts on Bray Wyatt?
I don't know.
Is he still around?
I mean,
My thoughts are questionable
He
at
did
this point.
nothing. It was like exciting that he was back because he was going to do something, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I mean,
So-
if he's gone, he's gone. I don't. He
so-
was my favorite wrestler, and I don't care that he's gone because fuck him. Like, do something. Wrestle.
Well, the thing of it is like they wanted this grandiose storyline, and then they didn't like really play out the storyline enough. They kind of like and hawed about it, and then it was like he wasn't sure. Like it was like this weird cumulation of, well, I was this character, and this character, so we're going to put them all out there. And then I can't be this character very much anymore because I don't want to do that because I want to honor my friend who died, and so I can't ever be this character. And that's the character that was the most popular, and the character he should probably come back and just be that character. But instead, it's weird. I'm gonna mush them together, make something new, and nothing ever fucking came from it. Like nothing came about. Like nothing. Rumors, this might happen. This guy's writing the stories. He's just so amazing with his stories that he's making up. And it's like, wow, is he? Because if he is, it's really terrifying that this is his stories, because now what? Whether he's hurt or whatever the fuck is happening, but we haven't heard from him for weeks now. And the last time anybody said anything about him was, oh, he got hurt. Or some shit. But has that been released by the WWE that he really has gotten hurt?
Don't know anything about it other than he's not there.
Chris,
It's the only fact I know.
Right. Chris says LA Knight literally outshines Bray Wyatt. Jimmy says Lesnar refused to work with him at WrestleMania. Chris says it's because the White Rabbit Easter eggs was a hit, but they didn't want to keep doing that.
Yeah, well, the whole Wyatt 6 thing was just silly.
The whole, like, uncle, whatever the fuck his thing was, that was stupid. It was just fucking lame in some ways. Like, some of it was good, and some of it was just like, sir, stop.
We just wanted it to happen, and they wouldn't allow it to happen, and so we can't get excited if there's nothing happening.
Chris says either Bray is afraid of being the same when he's hot, or always changing up his character, you're gonna get stale.
Let's the tribal chief. Which he could have done as the hillbilly.
Yeah, totally. He was that. If he would have just stuck with that character and been that guy, the Firefly stuff, everything would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, he wanted to go be the Fiend, and oh no, and then people were like, why can't he be a winner and a champion? And then he was, and it fucking ruined everything. And then it was horrible. And now Seth hasn't even come back from that yet, of the stupidity of it. He's finally getting to a point where he's got a toehold in maybe being back to being Seth Rollins.
Right.
And it's just dumb.
Oh, is this the Seattle game? Is this actually on?
Maybe. I don't know.
If it is, it'll black out. What inning is that? Say?
Milwaukee.
1? Top of the first?
Bruins.
Yeah, I don't care about the teams. I care about the inning. To the right
It's
above
the bottom
the A.
of the 1.
Yeah. They'll black it out here in a second. It's supposed to be the Dodger game.
Maybe it's at 10 Eastern. They've got 10 minutes.
Oh.
That's why.
Yeah, they don't allow us to watch
It's not quite 8 o'clock.
home games.
Right. No, I understand. Chimmy says bring back Husky Harris.
No thanks. I don't even know what that is. I never saw it, though.
If that was his indie stuff, then
absolutely
wouldn't know. Retired Vet 1993 in the chat. Hey, Retired Vet says, how's it going, peeps? I can finally watch some YouTube full time now, as I am finally retired from the USAF after 8 years of active duty. So I'll be watching y'all channel even more now.
Well, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You watch AEW?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Picola says Bray is like dating a porn star. Months ago, the anticipation was great, but once you find out you're not getting what's advertised, then the illusion is just lame and you want to ghost her. It's true.
Right? All they want to do is have sex with the lights off. And they're a porn star. You're like,
Right?
why can't I see?
Retired vet says also hello from Clearwater, Florida. Hello
Florida.
from Idaho. Chris says, I don't understand why people hate The Fiend. And Alexa, there was a time period where that was the hottest during the pandemic. I think where hating The Fiend was Hell in a Cell with Rollins and then Orton feud. They made him a champion. That was the biggest mistake they ever made with The Fiend. They should have never put a belt on him. They should have just made him this odd entity thing that came in, beat people up, did his thing, blah, 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 but never for a championship. That's where they fucked up.
Drops him down.
And the whole thing with Bliss and her whole kitty shit fucking is gross. It's disgusting to me. I find it absolutely putrid. I don't like it at all. She already looks like a child, and it's gross that she was playing as a child. That's disgusting.
Like a sexy child with her boobs out.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. And if you guys like that, you guys go get help. Go get fucking help.
Would you pump your brakes?
No, I won't, because that's gross. That's nasty. Pickle says the OG NXT. Is that what this is? What's happening? I don't know.
There it is. A hurt lock. No, Austin slips
down.
down.
It kicked him in the face hole.
Kicks him right in the chesticle.
Rude.
In the face. Look at the elbows. Clotheslines and elbows.
Pico says that Husky Harris was a member of Nexus.
Was he? That's pretty funny. I didn't know that.
Chris says, hello, did Travis say she was dressed as a sexy child? That's fucked up, man.
It's weird.
That's what they portrayed her as.
They would put her in really tight shirts with her boobs out, and she had pigtails, and she was Lily.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a little girl that died.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It was just, it's weird.
You can look back. I mean, it's in the archives.
Right? Retired by that's the real reason. Well, at least from what I have read is Wyatt isn't fully cleared for real matches, which is why his matches recently have been like 5 minutes. Also, Howdy is Bo Dallas unless UFC or Vince change him again. And maybe that's true, but I don't know. I mean, that's the rumor, right? That Bo Dallas was supposed to be Howdy. And the thing of it is like, if he wasn't fully cleared to do matches, then why even start bringing him back for a story?
Well, I didn't know he was even injured to begin with.
Yeah.
Or is it because his weight? Like, oh, you're not cleared, you're too fat.
Yeah, I mean, was he broken when he first started? Or did he get an injury during one of the matches that he had with somebody? Mush says, yesterday, me and Roman Reigns was eat pizza. We talk about WrestleMania in the future. Cool, Mush. Did he tell you all his deepest, darkest secrets and fears? Chris says, hell yeah, Bliss did have huge breasts one time in that gear. Pico's like, I'm missing a couple comments here and there. Sorry, Pico. I don't know what to tell you. Are you on live chat or are you on top chat?
Top Cop. You ever seen Top Cop?
Top Cop.
So funny.
What was that one?
Top Cop. It's Robert De Niro. He's like a serious cop, like right to the T. And then Eddie Murphy, and he's like this traffic cop that's like doesn't give a shit about anything. But Renee Russo's making a series.
Oh.
And so she needs some real cops, you know, so she basically do a ride along, like the show cops. But she wants like a hot shot, and so she gets those two to work together. It's just hilarious. He's like, because it's Eddie Murphy, right?
Right.
He's like, I'm a Wesley Snipes type. Like the Wesley Snipes type? I'm a Wesley Snipes type. So every time he does anything, it's like, I'm a Wesley Snipes type. Even though he fucks up.
Right.
He's like chasing this criminal. He's trying to like jump the fence after him and gets all tangled up and he's hanging upside down by his belt.
That's funny. Retired says his back. Oh, he hurt his back's doing something. So he's playing a Randy Orton. Just kidding. Anyways, you talking to me, eh? Something like that. And Pico's like, it's all good, 100. Looked like we lost Ravi in the fray of everything this last hour.
Sleeping.
Probably. Don't blame him. It's what, 3 o'clock in the morning there? 2 in the morning? Something like that.
4.
Retire says, if Riddle is back, then Orton is coming back. Riddle is back, but the reason Riddle is back is because he's on a rehab and shit, right? And as for Orton, we hope to see him back, right? I mean, everybody wants to see Randy Orton come back. Even if it's just to go out on his horse in the sunset or whatever. But you have to wonder of his back injury and stuff and the surgery he had to have, how things really went. Because that's what it's all going to come down to. Pico says, yeah, that's underrated on the root of De Niro's downward spiral into schlock comedy. Chris has been listening to country music on repeat all day, man. Love that one song by Tracy Bird. It's called Keeper of the Stars.
It's a pretty good one. Nothing wrong with that one. I like When the Good Die Young. Or The Good Die Young, not When the Good Die Young, but just The Good Die
God,
Young.
he bit him. What a freak.
A biter. It's a wachati.
No, wachati. Didn't know the wachati were biters.
Don't just stand there. Throw me a spear.
It's in the bone.
Come on, Bobby. Work your way back up. Is Theory just this much superior than Bobby?
I guess so.
He's grown that much.
Supposedly. Is it because he's a bad guy and Bobby isn't a bad guy?
Well, usually the bad guys look weak, and they do it by cheating. He's doing it by toughness. Very airtight game plan.
What is that pay-per-view? What pay-per-view is that again?
The next one is Backlash.
Oh, okay, that's the one.
It's in Puerto Rico.
That's May 6th. Okay. Chris says, I also like that song by Dan Sills, Everything That Glitters Is Not Gold.
Yeah, a good song there, too.
Ooh. Retired says, need y'all real OP. Do y'all think Cena is the GOAT now or then? Also, do you see him in the Hall of Fame 24 or 25? Also, here is my top 4. Taker, Cena, Austin, Rock.
Pretty good picks. I don't know how you can have a top 4 with not Hulk Hogan in it. But
Okay, I don't like John Cena, so I personally don't think he's the GOAT. But I've only really been watching wrestling for the last 3 years, but I can't stand him.
You don't like John Cena?
I really don't. I really don't.
I don't hate John Cena.
I don't mind him, like, in his acting. Like, some of it's fine and stuff. That one was really stupid that you seem to like. I fucking can't stand that show. That fire one.
Department
Hate
one.
that one. Hate it with a passion of hate and loathing. But I don't really like his wrestling. I just don't like it. So I would not consider him the GOAT. Me personally, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think he'll be going into the Hall of Fame anytime soon.
He'll go to the Hall of Fame when he's done.
Yeah. I just don't think it's going to be 24 or 25. I think it's like a few more years down the road. He's definitely going into the Hall of Fame for sure. I just don't think it's going to happen in the next couple of years.
When he's done, he's going in the Hall of Fame. When he decides to, hey, I'm basically done doing this, they'll put him in.
Pucola says, sorry guys, I'm feeling pretty stiff tonight. I smell like icy hot and old people. Just kidding. You didn't finish your sentence. You just left it hanging. So icy hot and ginger snaps.
Yeah,
Icy hot.
my top 4 would be Hogan and Flair, because I feel like you have to have Hogan and Flair to start your conversation. And then I would take out, from his, I would take out The Rock for sure, because he wasn't there long enough. And Stone Cold did a lot, but he wasn't there long enough again, even though he had a major thing. Because The Undertaker deserves to be there. He was there for years.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
30 years. And then, who is the other
Cena,
one?
Austin,
John
Rock.
Cena's been there long enough. Like, he's fine. So Cena, Hogan, Flair, and
Taker.
Undertaker. That's a great 4.
Pico says that, and Retired says Cena the wrestler or actor.
I don't mind Cena as actor. That Cock Blockers was fantastic.
Yeah, I don't mind him in a lot of acting. There's like one movie that I'm not a fan of that he's in, and I can't stand it.
Oh, that other one with Amy Schumer and that shit. He's funny.
That was I like that Trainwreck. That I liked. That's what he said. Like, there's stuff I like him in.
You look like Mark Wahlberg. He's like, I look like Mark Wahlberg. Ate
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. So there are stuff I like him in as an actor. Like, but I just
Stepdad.
Yeah. Pico says, yeah, that's like your opinion, man. Retired says he's more for the kids. Yes. Chimmy says thoughts on Teddy Hart.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know him.
That doesn't even sound familiar. Like Teddy Long? I don't know if I know a Teddy Hart.
Chris says Cena was only popular in 06 or 07 when he dressed like Soulja Boy with the jorts, but weird he never wrestled in J's except Mania 27 against Miz, and I think against Rocket Mania 28.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I know that character saved his career because that Ruthless Aggression, he was on his way out. They told him he was getting released in November.
Yeah.
And they were in the back of the bus like Rey Mysterio and
there it
Rikishi
is.
and a few others.
There's the
There's bell.
we were looking for. From
11
the disgusting
minutes,
fat pants.
47 seconds. But we knew that was coming.
So gross. So pathetic. I hate this. Anybody likes this. Piccolo says every single feud Cena was in, I completely liked all his opponents. Piccolo says it's Sting, Undertaker, Flair, and obviously CM Punk for me.
You would put Sting in the top?
Interesting.
Ouch.
Piccolo says, oh, no, I may throw in Bret Hart.
I feel like somebody's just
Piccolo.
Somebody's trolling me here.
Piccolo's trolling. Retired says Fast and Furious for me. Chris says, to me, my top 5 is Flair, Taker, Guerrero, Punk, and Austin. Chimmy says Bret Hart's nephew. Pico says Teddy Hart was a short-tempered buffoon, always trying to shoot on things he couldn't control.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Pico's like, I would never. You're such a liar face. Lies. You totally would troll and be as sarcastic as possible. Although I'm surprised that CM Punk didn't take all 4 spots. It's very strange to me.
My thing with Punk is, there again, he didn't do it long enough. I feel like you have to have like a 12-year dominant career at least, minimum.
Well, and he shouldn't have freaking been a crybaby about it. He literally...
And that's minimum. That's with like a major injury or something, you know, like an edge injury. But you have to have 12 years of dominance to be considered a top 4. Because you've got too many guys that were around for 20 years that were dominant for 20 years.
Right. So I have actually kind of a serious question about what's happening on the TV right now. So is this to put Bobby over?
Well, right now, Bobby's going to win the match at Backlash when they do it.
So is that what this is about? Is this about putting Bobby over?
Right, but Bronson's that heavy. They did this forever. There's always the fat guy, overweight guy, the big, strong guy, but he never is the best. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He's the antagonist. He's dominates people. He can cripple them because he's so strong. They had King Kong Bundy in the 80s, and in the early 90s you had like Typhoon and Tugboat, Earthquake, those types, and then Umaga.
Mm.
Omos. He's a Moss.
Chris says, "Oh, I always like how Jesse Ventura talks about suing McMahon."
I love Jesse Ventura. Man, him and McMahon together was the second, maybe the greatest of all time on the mics. calling matches. I love Gorilla Monsoon, so it's hard for me not to say it's Gorilla and Jesse. But Vince and Gorilla was also good.
Huh.
Vince was the baby face
That's weird.
on commentary for fucking like 15 years. Huh. I did not know he was the owner until Bret Hart spit in his face. I don't know if anybody did, to be honest. I honestly don't think anybody that watched wrestling knew he owned it.
Probably not, because at that time, that kind of stuff wasn't something you could look up really easily. You had to really search for it in, like, records and stuff like that of paper trail records, not, I looked it up on the internet. Guess she's coming out in her skivvies.
Well,
Not
she
really.
should. Get the puppies out there, Trish. She knows what made her.
Trish is a traitor.
She isn't known for her wrestling ability.
Just
Or her mic
bits
skills. Which you'll find out in a second.
that we have to listen to her talk. Yippee skippies. Pico says Dylan, and Dylan, because I spit hot fire. Pico, historically, Edge has the most number of title wins. He does.
Of all titles, I would have never guessed.
Mush is telling us again that yesterday they, hung out with Roman Reigns and talked about next year and see what happened if The Rock returned in a Royal Rumble match and he win and he say that he beat at WrestleMania 40. Cool beans, man. Chris says, but realistically, Punk's most dominant reign was in 11-13 until he dropped the title to Rock, which was stupid. Punk was literally at the time having a tribal chief type of title reign. Until he cried about everything and quit.
Yeah.
Piccolo says, big man representing. Yep, and wasn't Rock just a paper champion? Chimmy says, check out Wrestling Society X short-lived promo that had lots of familiar faces. Chris says, I know people hate Goldberg, but his match with Hogan, the way Bobby Heenan called the match, made it feel like a sport. And the intensity of Goldberg was off the charts if they can do that with Braun Breaker.
Dude, it was off the chart for sure, for sure. That was the only time in my entire life where I was okay with Hulk Hogan losing a match. Like, I was like, that's pretty cool when that happened.
Yeah.
And Hogan called, because they have documentation on it,
Right.
Hogan called Bischoff and said, look, he's the hottest thing in wrestling right now. We got to put the title on it. That was Hogan's idea. He was the champion, and he said, hey, let's do that. The crazy thing to me, though, and I don't like it, is that they had Kevin Nash beat Goldberg to break his streak. And that's just weird to me. And obviously Kevin booked it himself, which is dumb. But some people might have liked it. It's like, don't want to dig too deep into the dumbness.
Higo says that was a stars aligned match in the GA Dome.
Yeah, they had to do it there. And not only that, but it was a football stadium, the Georgia Dome. It was a Monday night.
Yeah.
They filled up a fucking football stadium.
Wow.
Think about wrestling. This is how big wrestling was in the 90s.
Right.
Just for that match. But back then, the ratings, if you didn't get a 5 million, it was kind of a bad week.
Ooh.
And now they're trying to get to 2 million.
Right.
And sometimes, SmackDown gets there and Raw gets there, but 2.3,
How
2.4.
manly that Milwaukee guy is.
Very manly. The pitcher?
No, the guy
yeah.
that hit the ball. The hitter. So look how manly he is. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him with his
They call him.
shirt all open.
He's
They call him Haas.
Yeah. No, he's like a Guido or whatever.
Is he?
Yeah, he played for the Yankees,
Oh,
but he's an Italian, from
New Jersey.
New Jersey type.
Oh, God.
Dude, he does crazy, or I don't know if he still does it, but he'd get in the weight room and put 225 on the bar and bench it one-handed. I'm like, you crazy fucker. If that just twists a little bit, just dislocate your wrist.
Right.
Or a shoulder, elbow.
That one looked like he's a child. He looked like he was 12 out there. The other kid.
Yeah.
My My lord.
This Milwaukee
Lord.
team's really good.
Vindicator says, so, back in time to see Trish making it clear to the kiddies that she is definitely heel by wearing Judgment Day all black. Yeah, that's exactly why she's doing it, Vin. She's not showing off her boobs or anything. Pickles that Goldberg lost to him since he had Scott Hall shock Goldie with a cattle prod. Vintage WCW.
Right.
Oh, great history. She's going to talk about it. Vindicator says maybe they will actually put Trish and Rhea together to try to steal the tag titles from Livy Poo and Rackrod. Chris says that's what they should do at Wembley. He have Wardlow build up like Goldberg and have him face MJF for the title. Wardlow squashes MJF. The crowd would go nuts.
They would too, but that's not happening. Good booking though. I like it. Tony Khan doesn't know how to book like that. Tony would do it. He would have fucking Darby Allin do it or something.
Yeah, that's who would win. Holy Hannes.
You talking about a BB's?
No, I'm
Baseball.
talking about the pitcher on the Dodgers.
Carrot Top.
Dustin May.
He's pretty damn good, but yeah.
He'll love it. These guys are so funny. So, question, you know how they have the pitch clock and stuff now? Mm-hmm. They can't do all their weird little ritual things they do all the time.
That's what they got rid of them. That's what the whole point was. Speed the game up.
They can't sit there and, like, touch themselves and, like, play with the ball 50 times.
Nomar Garciaparra used to sit there and go with his gloves back and forth.
The batter?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, the batters are they do
worst.
all.
They're the worst. They do weird shit. I remember we were watching
Casey.
this a few seasons ago, and I'd be like, look at this guy do this thing. He does it every time he pitches. Like, he just have this weird pattern of stuff. Did she say four horse ladies? Ah. Jimmy says NWO Wolfpack entrance was fire. And Chris says Trish looks amazing. And Vindicator's like, I like Trish, but she is full of it tonight.
She's definitely full of something. She's spilling over.
Chris says Trish is kind of sounding kind of like a hill Bliss would talk. Well, now we know where Bliss got her promo skills. No, honey. Actually, Bliss can actually talk, and usually can talk well.
You know what? Why would she? Charlotte opened the door for them all.
No, I'm like, why would she say thank you to you? You didn't do shit.
I would be nothing without you.
Oh my God, maybe if all she was doing out there was showing off her tits and her ass, maybe. Those girls should thank her. But other than that, Pickle's like another Canadian I think I want to smack.
Slap your grandma. Ooh, you shook my mouth.
Jimmy says, remember Mickey James doing the V-lick after grabbing Trish private parts?
Oh, yeah. Mickey's crazy with that stuff. She was all sorts of into it.
War Games Gamer in the chat. Hey, War
War
Games
Games
says, hello. Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight? You watching some Raw? You watching some wrestling?
Yes, we want to see that, Trish. Even at 40. Or 50, I mean, sorry.
82.
She's going to be the next Mae Young. In 40 more years, she'll still be doing it.
Maybe. She did it.
I took out Lita, in case you're slow.
War says, oh, geez, Trish, did you used to play with Vince underwear before? Ew, gross. Ooh, it was you.
It was me.
It was me, Jessica, the whole time. Oh, my. She really, really, really wants attention, doesn't she? Chris has Mandy versus Trish in a bikini match, or Pickle's like, she did it for The Rock. Yes, Pickle, she probably did. That person's got a thumbs down out there. What's even funnier is if they just flip it the way around, it's a thumbs up.
Yep. It's a double-sided sign.
It is.
And if you turn it sideways, it's hit the road.
Jack, don't you come back.
No mo.
She's nobody's sidekick, bitches.
Start Charlotte's music.
Why can't they drop?
Why do you have to break the?
music?
She broke it.
She broke it.
The
She
cover
dropped the
fell
mic
off.
and then broke it. Ugh. So nobody came out and interrupted her in any way?
No.
That's dumb. We had to listen to every stupid shit that came out of her dumbass mouth. War Game says, yep, Trish, you did, but Stephanie stop it at No Way Out 2001. I don't know what that means.
I don't remember the history. I still wasn't quite watching WWE yet.
Oh.
I would just watch the main event because they put the women in the main event every week.
Yeah.
In the 90s. Like, people think this new women's thing is new. It's not.
It's
but it was just
because
sex.
during then it was different.
Yeah.
Different main eventing.
And so you would watch WCW for the wrestling, and then you would turn it there for the sex. And they always went over a little bit, and so you could just like, oh, here it is.
Right. Pico says, I sort of checked all three boxes. Yes, nostalgia act. Yes, childhood fantasy. And yes, boring Canadian. Chris says, Trish talking as crowd hand in pants or on phone. Ew. Vindicator says that Trish promo would have been good in 1998.
Yeah.
But would it have? Ooh, that's what he said.
Ew.
Wow.
You're a coward, cowboy.
You're a cowboy coward.
I grew up around cowboys.
You're not a cowboy. You're a coward. You probably don't even know the front side of a horse. Because you're a horse's ass. Sorry.
Exactly.
Nicola says, dumbass
Cody.
Vince Russo would have made her wear leopard print bikini, though. Well, it would have been way more entertaining
Sable.
for me, Picola, and I wouldn't have had to listen to her talk. Sophie says, Hill, Trish in the building, love it. War Game says Trish versus Stephanie. Stephanie won the match because of William Regal, and Vince was mad.
That's funny.
Wow, he totally got changed fast. Good for him.
Of course you're not. What is it about me?
What is it about me? Chimney says, whatever happened to Tori from DX?
Tori from DX. Are you talking about Tori Wilson? She was in DX?
I don't know. That's what
Or is there
they're
another
asking.
Tori that I did? Maybe the blonde?
I don't know. I know nothing.
Rack Rod! Oh yeah, they're having that match tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. Is that a match?
Thought
She
so.
doesn't look
oh,
like
she's not dressed to wrestle.
She's not dressed to wrestle.
Well,
She's just out there in her outfits. Pickle says, what about me? What about Raven?
quote the Raven, nevermore.
What in the motherfucker?
They're matching.
Is she wearing a city?
Like Dallas?
Maybe? The high rises or something? What in the fuck is that shit?
They're brothels or whatever those things are called. What do they call those things that you wear around your waist? In the cowboy days. Bar Quest or something.
You said way too many things.
Burlesque? Burlesque?
No, sweetie. I know what you're trying to say. But you keep saying words that aren't what it is. Stop saying words.
Corset.
There you go.
They're actually doing the little thing. So they practiced this in the back after they won the titles.
What was it?
Just their intro. I'll hold mine up here, and then you have yours on backwards so you can show off your back. And then I'll come, and then we'll do this. And then when I get into the ring, I'll do this. So they actually have more if they show it.
Oh,
Ooh, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville up next against Mia Yim and freaking
is
Candice
this
LeRae.
it?
No, that's
Is that their... Oh.
No.
Only when they're having a match do they do it? But
So they're going to be at ringside.
What? Did my eyes play tricks on me, or did I see a graphic for Brock versus Cody at Backlash? Who saw that coming? Not me.
No.
No,
Nobody
saw
would
it.
ever guess that.
It's a complete surprise. War Games says Vince always had a thing for the women. First Sable, Trish, Tori, and then Stacy. Jimmy says Crybaby lives, Z's. And Chris says, Travis, do you remember a blonde and ruthless aggression by the name of Jackie Gata? She is married to Charlie Haas, I believe. Haas.
What was her name again? Jackie?
Jackie Gata?
I think so. I think she's in one of those magazines. Probably that one. She a taller blonde?
Vindicator says, damn it, Liv. Why did you have to wear black tonight? We just saw that 3 minutes ago with Trish the Dish. Piccolo says, poor Phil missing out tonight. Chris says, Crybaby Liv looking like a mini Scarlet. Chris like, yeah, sexy Sonya time. Jimmy says, Jackie Gata actually flashed her puppies live on Raw before PG era. And he says they are divorced. So she's not married to Charlie Haas anymore. Piccolo says her claim to fame was winning Tough Enough.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. There's a lot of those girls that showed their boobs back in those days. They just flashed and they didn't give shit. I think they did a pay-per-view one time with Girls Gone Wild. Like the crew from Girls Gone Wild did a wrestling event. Test was there. Tori Wilson was there. And they did like, I can't remember if it was a wrestling pay-per-view or if it was a live Girls Gone Wild thing. But either way, they had a stage and everything. I'm trying to remember if I remember wrestling on there. I don't think I remember actually any wrestling matches, so it might have been a Girls Gone Wild thing. Do you guys remember that? I had a Scrambler box back in the day, and I could watch all pay-per-views, and it was a pay-per-view. But I can't remember if it was wrestling or not. But Test was on there before he died.
Yeah, Piccolo. Film is missing out tonight. All the ladies without long sleeves on. Or sleeves at all.
Yeah.
War says, did Vince cause Sable and Mark Merrow divorce and the Dustin Rhodes and Terry Runnels to divorce too? You're a monster, Vince.
I don't know about that, but I do think that Sable was going to get a divorce anyways. Mark Merrow is so grateful for that event that, you know, he wants to tell her thank you. I watched a thing on Mark Merrow about that.
Yeah.
But he quit because Sable was going to sue the WWE. And so he couldn't stay on with the company. So he quit. And then she sued Vince. And then she came to him and said, well, what would you think about me joining wrestling again? And he said, there's no way Vince will take you back. And she's like, he already did. And he's like, oh, shit. So he didn't go back. And then she left. And then she started a relationship with somebody else.
His name is
Brock.
Lesnar.
Brock.
And they're married and have children and live in Canada. Because she's gross and Canadian.
I don't know if she was a Canadian. She probably was. But.
I'm guessing because I don't think he's the Canadian.
Well, I know he's not Canadian.
Because he ain't from Canada. War says, yep, hooking Terry Reynolds with Val Venus. Chris says, I remember Dustin and Terry on Raw segment before Dustin walked out. Jimmy says, remember BB, the EMT with extra large puppies?
don't, but it sounds very familiar. Those, literally, that's what WWE was in the day for me. Like, that's kind of all I remember, but I don't remember the individual people and stuff.
Pico says, Travis, since y'all live in Idaho, did you ever go to Sturgis for any of the WCW events?
No.
Nope.
Never even thought about it. Like, it never crossed my mind back then.
Chris says, yep, Cross better hold on to Scarlett. He might leave him if she finds someone better that actually wrestles and, like, wins.
It's a different sport now than it was back then. Back then, it was a big party. All the guys had their dicks out all the time, and the girls were naked, and it's different now. They don't party like that anymore.
I don't think they can. I think that all the
Ric
laws
Flair
and
those
shit.
guys kind of fucked it for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the airplane trip?
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Rick's all flipping his dick around.
He probably didn't mean to. He was probably high on cocaine, like Riddle. Just flipping his dick around to all the porn stars.
Chelsea Green looking pretty good tonight. Sonya Deville always looking good.
Jimmy says, remember Daniel Putter?
No.
Pewter, maybe? I'm just waiting for them to start this match.
Oh, they'll start the match and go right to commercial.
You think?
They might even go to commercial before the match.
Ugly haired ones over there. Yeah.
There's the bell.
Against these two, they better not.
Yeah, Meacham and, or whatever they call her, Reckoning.
Yeah.
And Candice LeRae. No, I think Sonya and Chelsea will win it. They're a little hotter right now.
They should win it.
They're a little hotter right now, and I don't mean shape of their bodies.
Or says favorite Raw moment when Kantai told Val Venus, I choppy your pee-pee.
Oh my God, right? Those days were the funnest. Val Venus would come out in a towel, and he'd do this like sexy dance, and he'd drop his towel, and girls would be like, ah.
But he had pants on?
Yeah, just wrestling shorts on.
P. Cole says, yeah, back in the 90s, Freak Nick Down in Atlanta was a wild event that could get away with parties and explicit activity.
Yeah. And the women were sexually charged, too. I mean, seeing all those guys.
In their guy attire.
Right? And being around them all the time and comfortable around them.
Right. What you doing in there, buddy? Just hanging out in the kitchen?
All right. Oh, Nikki ASH is in the audience. Oh, drops her down. Sonya takes out LeRae. There's a big knee. 1, 2. Sonya almost had her right there. Liv and Rack Rod looking on from the outside. Picks her up, drops her down as a team right there. That's Chelsea and Sonya. You like that, huh? Chelsea jumps up, misses with her elbow. Here comes Reckoning, the hot tag. Flying across the ring, goes into the corner, kicks Chelsea right in the face, then kicks Sonya. Got her around. Okay. Must have turned it on a little bit early. Reckoning attacking Sonya. Chelsea steps in. Oh. Big drop kick. Candice LeRae drops kicks. Chelsea Green to the outside. Then Meacham dropping bows. Dropping kicks. Thrust kick right into the belly. Flips up on her back. She's going to ride her over. No, Sonya stopped her. No, got her that time. 1, 2, and 3. No, Chelsea. The save. Thank you, Chelsea. Candice LeRae follows her to the outside. Chelsea trips her, takes her off of her feet. There's Sonya, rolls her through. She's cheating. Nope. Daphne's seen it, though. There's the tag. Chelsea tagged herself in. Reckoning turns her back to Chelsea. Doesn't know she's the legal man. Drops her down. That's her finisher, I do believe. 1, 2, and 3. It's over. Chelsea Green pinned Reckoning. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Chelsea and Sonya. Friday Night SmackDown, we're going to have a tag team championship match. Rack Rod, Liv Morgan going up against Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. They should put Sonya with Liv. Whoa, Chelsea just threw a big old drink right in Liv's face. That is hilarious.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but she is sopping wet now. That was a big old glass of water. Liv's all wet. I know a lot of people will be excited about that. But we still have the main event coming up tonight. It's a 6-man tag team match. The Judgment Day against the Bloodline without Roman Reigns. That is hilarious. Water right to the face. Celebrity Prank Wars. I think we saw that back in the 90s. It's called You Got Punked. All right, so it looks like time-wise, that main event's probably next. So, Bloodline versus the Judgment Day. And everybody's okay with that. So, I'm assuming they got together and they said, hey, you do us a solid, we'll do you a solid. And so we got the Judgment Day taking on, I don't know why I keep saying the Bloodline. The Bloodline's opponents. That's Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Riddle going up against shit, I always get their name wrong. Anyways, Judgment Day. And the Usos earlier already took out Rey Mysterio. So they basically did a, hey, I'll do you a solid, you do us a solid. So it should be pretty good. And over on the other TV, I'm watching the Dodgers play the Mets, and the Dodgers just, well, now it's a tie game. But anyways, it was 1-0 Dodgers, and now it is 2-1 Mets. 2-run home run. I don't know who this big boy is, but they call him Hoss. Who is this big dude? Got to be the DH. That's a lot of human being right there. Looking like Bronson Reed. The best interest of your family. Main event coming up after these commercials. No yays about commercials. The Mets are now on top of the Dodgers over on the baseball game. There was a baseball game on earlier today. It went under 2 hours. Like, you never used to see that. Well, back in the 70s and 80s you did, but since then you haven't seen that. Games got longer and longer and longer. Miss Davis on Peacock. Oh, we are back from commercial. Almost. Oh, it's a draft commercial. Are they giving us a date? Not that we already seen it. Begins in the week after, a week from Friday. So it's a week from Friday. So it is the 28th, I believe. It's Rick Boogs in the back with Elias and the Street Profits. He's eligible. I shouldn't be eligible. I just got here. the trap.
Oh. That's funny.
Tag teams can get split up. That's dumb if they do that shit. They hinted right there, though. That's a hint. The Street Profits are going to split.
Chris says Candace will leave spaghetti
Did
too.
you hear Elias?
What do you say?
I'm probably going to go first in the draft. We know that.
That's funny, actually.
And Boogs is like, yeah, of course. Oh, look, it's Eminem. Oh, wait, that's Tozawa. If this was AEW, he'd be wrestling Roman Reigns tonight. Just because.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Every time with that guy. Oh, it's Uso Penitentiary.
Chris says Candace will leave spaghetti too for someone who actually wins titles.
Somebody that's not 4'7".
Chimmy says Daniel Puder almost broke Kurt Angle's arm. He was the real deal. The referee saved Angle.
Yeah, I remember that. And then he got beat up.
Picola says, oh my God, that apron move looked like it hurt.
Yeah, they were mean to him after that. And I don't think he ever made it at all because every time he was in a match, he got beat up by everybody.
Ooh. Shouldn't have tried to break Kurt Angle's arm.
Right. Well, Kurt Angle obviously isn't going 100% against him.
Right. I guess Piccolo was talking about a move that happened in the match. Oh my God, that apron move looked like it hurt.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that was a jumping kill switch. And Chris says, yeah, I was also talking to Brandy Lauren again the other day. She went live on Twitch again. She said she never thought she would be in WWE, but she also doesn't care if Champ because she makes more on OnlyFans. Oh, yeah. Piccolo says basically Christian's finisher.
Yeah.
Chris says, live looking good, soaking wet. Gross. And Wargame says, does anybody ever remember Mike Knox? Says, I remember him and Kelly Kelly.
I definitely remember Kelly Kelly. Well, I don't know Mike Knox offhand.
Chimmy says, Mike Knox was part of Aces on Impact.
Then I definitely don't know him because I don't watch Impact. Judgment Day.
Look at his shirt.
Yeah.
Finn 14. Staples. He had 14 staples in his head. That's funny. They made a shirt about it.
That's just silly. So Edge won that, and we haven't seen him since, have we? What?
I was chewing crunchy things.
I said Edge won that, and we haven't seen him since.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen him since he broke Finn's head.
With a ladder.
With a ladder.
Stairway to Heaven.
Chris says, yep, Mike Knox went out with Kelly Kelly. He kind of looked like Ivar of Viking Raiders.
What?
That's funny.
She pregnant now.
Kelly Kelly?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Good for her.
Yeah, she's got a little belly. Because she's just a tiny girl.
Right. Much talking about the Roman Reigns and Usos. Yeah. Glad they came over and talked to you. All that stuff.
Uso Penitentiary.
Vindicator says, I don't understand why Finn is wearing a shirt to sort of mock Stone Cold. No, honey, he's not mocking Stone Cold. He literally got 14 staples in his head from that fight with Edge.
At WrestleMania. He got hit in
The
the head
WrestleMania
with a ladder.
match that he had 14 staples in his head. Like, he showed it. I showed Travis a picture of it. I was like, holy crap. No wonder they wanted to stop it so quick. He literally had 14 staples. It was in his head. Like, from, like, here to here. He had 14 staples.
Yeah, she came in and did like 2 or 3 during the match. She didn't do 14 of them.
No. Because they weren't sure how bad it was at the time.
Well, he had all the paint on his face. That's what they were talking about. It was too hard to see.
So I said they didn't know how bad it was at the time. Chris says a little priest doing the Razor Ramon walk because he's Puerto Rican gimmick. Is that why?
Click.
Chimmy says, remember Deuce and Domino?
But that sounds way familiar. Deuce and Domino.
Vindicator says, yeah, but the shirt design is similar to Austin. They could have made it different, but yeah, Finn is a trooper for enduring all of that brutality. Hint, hint. Pickle says, what would be a couple things you would do for the draft to build up storylines WWE through SummerSlam?
What storylines would I start because of the draft? Like, so basically, how would I draft people so that the shit worked for the next year?
What are a couple of things you would do for the draft to build up storylines through SummerSlam?
I would definitely do some trades because I think they need to do more trades. But I don't know how they're going to do it because I don't know if they're going to plan on doing GMs. So if you did GMs, you would have to see who's going to be that other GM. And I don't know if they have anybody in mind unless they were going to use maybe Shane. And that's why he came back.
Right?
But now with the knee issue or leg issue, I don't know if he'll be able to do it.
You could still do a GM with that for a while.
Would you walk or be in a wheelchair? It just seems weird.
He could just come down on a rascal. Borrowed edges.
But, I mean, obviously you have to draft people accordingly. So, since they're doing it on 2 shows, you know they're going to do 2 different pools. Like they did before. So it'll be the Raw's pool and the SmackDown pool. Because they can't just start drafting on Monday and then end it on Friday. It doesn't make any sense.
Right, but what would you do for the draft to build up storylines through SummerSlam?
Sweet. So that's where
It doesn't sound like it to me, but maybe it does everybody else.
Well, we have to start, right? That's what I'm saying. So you have to know if there's going to be GMs and the pools, so you can draft the people in the right.
So don't
areas.
say you would have to, like, don't say they would have to. Just say, well, this is what I would do. I would have a GM blah 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 and a GM blah blah blah, and then I would do this, and then I would do this, and then I would do this.
Like things to be done?
No, I'm just saying that he's not asking what they would do. He's asking what you do.
You have to do logic until you get to where you're at, and then you can do your stuff. The way it is. This is the way it is. They're going to do 2 different groups. Meaning that Cody's probably going to be in a different group than Roman, so they can both be on the same show. If Cody and Roman are in the same pool, then you're not going to draft them, so that's not going to happen.
Yes, Hassan, this is the last match of the night.
Is.
This is the main event.
But right now we got Judgment Day already in the ring, and then Kevin Owens coming out. Everybody's coming out to their own music. It's not a cohesive team. That's dumb.
Yeah.
And then Sammy wants to come out last. Is anybody still excited about Sammy? I feel like he's completely dead.
I want him to go back to wearing his communist outfits. Chris says, I would have thought since Triple H era Gunter would change name back to Walter and the ring announcer pronounced his name like Valta.
That would be funny.
Piccolo was like, yeah, about what you said earlier. Chris says, Deuce and Domino theme is awesome. It was like 50s gimmick. They were like greasers, and Deuce was the son of Jimmy Snuka. Piccolo says, you think they will switch Gunther in theory so they can get fresh opponents?
I feel like there's going to be a lot of different things happening. Like, you're going to get a lot of different... Because they have to make the rosters equal. I would like to know what they're going to do with Drew McIntyre, where he gets drafted. Is he going to get drafted at the very top, or is he going to get drafted in the middle? If he gets drafted in the middle, we know he's leaving.
Right.
Because he's too good to be drafted in the middle. He's a top 4. Obviously, they're not using him in that capacity right this second, but he's still a top 4 guy. Not a fan of him, but I'm just saying. And then what are they going to do with Kevin Owens and Sammy? Because they're definitely singles wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
There again, are they going to be on different pools?
Were you talking about Gunther before them or Theory?
I haven't said anything about Theory.
Oh, it was Gunther.
It wasn't anybody. It was just they're going to change everything up. It was Drew McIntyre.
Oh.
Anyways, we got a side headlock on Sami Zayn right now. Finn Balor. Finn Balor thrown into the ropes. Jumps over the top. There's a little hip toss.
I'm surprised that he's cleared to wrestle.
Finn?
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't get a concussion.
Chimmy says Juice botched catching The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Piccolo says they really nipped his push in the bud. Are you talking about Sammy, Piccolo?
I just feel like
Or
Sammy
somebody
died.
else?
Oh, Dominic didn't want any tech in the deep voice, man.
Chris says, yeah, Drew's leaving. It's AEW or bust for him unless he goes to Impact and has a banger match with Nick Aldis.
Isn't it weird, though? Because he already went indie before and remade himself, came back and was a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
So why on earth would he leave again? There's no money anywhere else, not at least big money.
Mm-mm.
And Tony Khan does not like big guys. So if he goes over there, he's going to be treated like Wardlow or Powerhouse Hobbs at the best.
Right. Piccolo says Sammy still has a huge pop, but he's flamed out.
Well, yeah.
Mush says yesterday Roman Reigns gave me shirt in the title. Did he, though?
Championship.
War Game says Deuce and Domino was like Danny Zuko Grease Lightning.
On Thunder Row.
That's funny.
What was that other guy's name on there?
His friend?
Uh-huh. Like Mickey or something.
Something like that.
He been-
Even though he's like kind of a main character. I don't remember his name.
Right. Well, I haven't seen it in a year or so now. 2 years maybe even. Maybe 3. Shit, I don't remember the last time I watched Grease.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy says, remember when Sammy dislocated his shoulder doing a fist pump on his Raw debut?
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Really? That's funny.
It was a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens just got taken out by a female.
Yeah, of course he did.
A female?
What's that water? Your sister's in here.
Just Argus.
I thought Argus was like doing
He's
stuff.
like, I need some clean water in here.
What's he doing?
Come on, Sammy. Get tagged in there. Hot tag.
Pickle about Drew. He's like, oh no, he's just going to wear a bucket hat and be in a stupid faction.
Oh, God. Watch him go over there and join with
Jericho.
Jericho Society.
Chris says, LOL, any questions you want to ask Brandy Lauren, I will ask for you when she goes live on Twitch again.
No.
No.
That's funny, though.
Chris says, Rhea versus Solo. Piccolo says, just step on me, mammy. Jessa Martinez says, you think Liv Morgan is hot?
Nothing wrong with Liv. I call her Dolores Umbridge, if you know who that is. If you ever hear her description in the book,
She looks like a toad.
she looks like a frog with her big
Her
mouth.
face. Her mouth look. Her facial
But she's an
features looks like a
attractive frog.
toad.
It's not like she's an ugly frog.
Hey, Oops. Did you miss a step? Hi, buddy. What's she doing?
He's sleeping.
Here. Cheese?
Cheese. Oh, Dominic spills to the floor. Riddle. Gonna do a back handspring. Oh, God. He gets power slammed or choke slam right down on that ring apron. Sucker. Next. Yes, sir. Got about 10 minutes left with a commercial break right now.
You done?
So is this going to be a 3-minute commercial type commercial, or is it going to be just a 1-minute commercial type?
5.
No way.
Pico says, Leo sighting. Yeah, he woke up from a nap. He's over there somewhere.
He bounced.
Chris says, but White Christmas to live face though for sure. Wargame says, would Roman Reigns and Elvis Presley be a good pair?
Yeah.
Why would you put them together?
Bloodline.
Chimmy says, when JBL was chasing illegals at the border. What? Vindicator says, I may never get over how comfort Riddle is stepping in front of thousands of people looking like he literally just rolled out of bed to get into the ring. LOL, even Leopold has more clothing.
Right.
More dignity. Pigel says, I'd laugh with him. And then say, you can do it like the guy in the Sandler movies. Right?
Deuce Bigelow.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Snyder.
Yeah, it's the mark of a fighter.
Yeah, the mark of the devil. Oh, the fighter.
Horses.
Any of you guys going to be watching boxing on Saturday? I just feel like it's going to be a fantastic fight, and new people should be watching boxing because of it. It's that kind of a fight where you can bring in new eyes.
Definitely.
Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis.
War says, yep, he told Roman a little less conversation, a little more action, please. Oh, yeah? Mush says, yesterday the Usos say that they will take the tag team titles away from Sami and Kevin, and he will betray Kevin. Wow. You're really good friends with him, huh? Chris says, speaking of Elvis on Cornette podcast, they were talking about biggest lies Hogan ever told. He said that Elvis loved wrestling and watched Hogan matches, which is a lie because Elvis died before Hogan.
I was going to say, unless he was watching Hogan, like, his rookie year.
Maybe Elvis saw the future.
Is that Thor? Is Thor on the freaking Dodgers?
Oh,
I think
poor
that's
Thor. No, Thor, no.
Yeah, I think Thor's on the Dodgers.
Let me see your picture. Let me see your picture, bitches. Don't show him again.
No, they won't, because he's not pitching.
Oh.
He's in the dugout. Right there.
Oh, it was Thor. That looked like Thor. Yeah, Noah Syndergaard.
Syndergaard, yeah.
Syndergaard, yeah, who's there?
Yeah, it's Thor.
What the fuck?
That's funny. I didn't know he was a Dodger.
When did he become a Dodger? This season?
Yeah, obvious.
Oh, you sell out, Thor. What a
Well,
jackhole.
whoever pays him. He's not the same as he used to be. He's not the ace. He doesn't
People
have the
says,
hammer anymore.
Is it free or going to cost us?
It's expensive as fuck. It's like $80.
Yeah, it's a very expensive fight. Pico, I wish you were closer. I'd invite you over.
Even if you get DAZN, which is $20 a month, it's still $60.
Chris says, did you see John Morrison have a boxing match this past weekend? He called out KSI.
I did not, but I knew that it happened, and I saw the after, but I didn't see the actual fight. I didn't know it was happening, or I would have watched it. I don't like that they do that shit. Like, if you're going to do something, advertise it.
Right.
Nothing's more irritating. And I follow that shit. I follow boxing really close. Like, I get on there like 3 times a week and write the schedules down, because if you want to watch boxing, you have to take it into your own hands to watch it. Because it's nowhere.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
You never know that boxing's even on.
Yeah.
You're like, that shit's still around?
It's true. Even when you watch like a pay-per-view, or maybe not even a pay-per-view, really, they don't tell you, hey, the next thing's going to happen on this date. They don't even tell you that.
Yeah, they don't talk about other companies either. So if you're watching DAZN, they're not telling you that Showtime's going to have a pay-per-view next
they don't
week.
tell you anything about the other companies, ever.
That's the problem with boxing.
Oh, fuck.
The state of boxing. Oh, shit. Kevin just threw something at a woman. He's fighting like a girl. Threw a coat
Where's
at her.
What's-Her-Face? Come out and beat her up.
Zelina?
No.
Too? Well, then who else?
I don't know.
Just a
Isn't there
woman?
somebody else was like fighting with her?
No.
Oh.
Not anymore. It was Charlotte, but...
Oh.
Uh-oh. Drops him down. Sammy with a clothesline. That'll do it. That'll put you out.
Chris says, did you see... Oh, I said that. Read that. Chimmy says, Brawl for All was fire. Justin says, who do you think is going to win the Undisputed Tag titles on April 28th? Usos, or will Sammy and KO retain?
To be honest, I hope the Usos win it, because I just like the Bloodline storyline better. But I don't see them doing that. But they could, especially for the Saudi Arabia show, and then that way they don't have to worry about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being snowflakes.
Right? Pico says the Cornette podcast is great when him and Brian argue about Waffle House orders and what condiments they put on hot dogs. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of people say that only mustard belongs on hot dogs. Vindicator says Priest and Finn basically carrying this match with Mr. Shoeless out there. And Chris says Trey Turner was on another level in World Baseball Classic, though. Most homers in the history of the tournament.
He was really good.
5.
Or he is really good. He's not was.
War says, I wish Michael Jackson was alive to scare Solo Sequoia. Because he doesn't have a nose? That's scary.
Finn Balor!
It's like Voldemort.
Coup de grace, nobody was home!
Pico says, so this has come full circle. You got wrestlers wanting to go to MMA, and MMA fighters boxing, and boxers wanting to jump in a wrestling ring.
Yeah, especially like Tyson Fury. The Halila kick! That's it, Finn. Go to sleep.
Uh-oh.
Bro up top.
They made Finn lose.
That's it.
Wow. They gave Finn the loss. That's crazy.
Because he's a loser.
That's kind of a weird person.
Jimmy and Jay's in there. It's Uso Penitentiary.
They came down to do the beatdown.
Yep, Judgment Day dropped the ball. Oh, here comes Ray in the LWO. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They're
Zelina
back.
Vega with them, though.
Oh, okay.
Just seen a bunch of dudes, so no. This is just a weird... Like, they're going to have a battle royal to control all these guys. This is how wrestling was in the 90s. I like this. Just factions all taking it to each other.
Shimmy says they never brought back Manu. Okay. Pico says, I did not need to see Riddle's gooch for the pin. Cameraman needs a demotion.
Right. Thanks, dude.
Chris says, I think Drew singing with Tyson Fury cringy song was last straw for Drew. Like he sees the writing on the wall now and can't break the ceiling. Oh, yeah?
You can't get that brass ring.
Vindicator says, so with Barefoot McGee getting the pin, I wonder if he will get a future title match of some kind after Backlash, but whatever. You guys have a good night. See you in 40 for the fireworks of Dynamite.
See ya.
All right, Vin. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you on Wednesday. Yeah, Smash, we get it. You hung out with Roman Reigns yesterday. Talking about MJF and he's going to leave stuff and you can come hang out with Roman and acknowledge him. That's
You
so
better
much
acknowledge
fun.
him. If you don't acknowledge your tribal chief, then you're just in trouble.
Well, they got rid of the bloodline. A group of 7 of them.
It took it a minute.
A group of 7 of them got it done. There was 3 and then there was 4. And they became 7 and took care of 3.
Took him a minute.
Because I don't know. I don't know. Did the Judgment Day stick around too to beat them up? Or
I
did
think
they
they
leave?
got beat up and then they left.
I thought they left before too. But maybe they didn't. Oh well. Anyways. Well, guys, that was the end of Raw for tonight. I don't know if you guys were here for that last match, but if you weren't, it was a doozy and a half, I guess.
So much doozy.
Anyways, but we're going to be back again, on Wednesday, but not for WWE stuff. It's going to be for AEW Dynamite. So if you guys want to hang out with us, then we'll be back on Wednesday. But we'll also be back here on Friday for some SmackDown WWE. And then the weekend, and that's how it goes. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. You guys have a good rest of your evening, a good day tomorrow. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.